Is Doug McCain. I am Bill Reiter. There's, as you know, so much Lakers news, so many things to break down. Austin Reeves got the bag. Cameron Carr has been drafted by the Lakers. And by the way, just got this little breaking news within the breaking news. Scott Drew, friend of mine, about to be a friend of the show. Obviously, Carr's coach at Baylor is going to join us in an hour. Jeff Passan's going to be on in 30 minutes to walk us through what the Dodgers can be expected to do at the trade deadline. We have so many things to get to here on DMAC and Reiter, presented by DTLA Law Group on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA Sports. Accident or injury, visit calldowntown.com. That's calldowntown.com. It's also Messi's birthday, so we'll celebrate with many of the biggest figures in the world of soccer, talking about the GOAT. Obviously, tons of Austin Reeves conversations. It's a busy day, dude. We got Matt Stafford talking about his future, reflecting things you've said.
Bro, we are jam-packed today, man. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to talk about baseball and trade rumors and Tarek Skubal, Jeff Passan, one of those guys that has the answers to all of our questions that we've been asking for a week. So excited. That's definitely one of those dream come true things, man. He's the best of the game, dude. Never
be sorry when Jeff Passan's coming on the show. We had the most calls that we've had on the show yesterday, and we've had you all calling in a lot. But let's keep the momentum going. We will answer those phones. We want to get you on the air. If you like the Austin Reeves move, if you like the draft pick that the Lakers made, you know the phone number. But I'll tell you, in case you don't, here on DMAC and Reiter, 855-97-LA Fan, 855-97-LA Fan. Hop on the stream on YouTube, The Fan LA. The Fan LA, we're building something cool over there. It's a great community. It's a great group of people. The comment section have really become a part of the program and what we're shaping, so get on there. Check that out. Austin Reeves got all of the money. Can I just sort of download the info and we'll get into whether...
Yeah, let's do it.
We've kind of gone back and forth on this because beggars can't be choosers, and the Lakers didn't have a lot of flexibility, and there's a report that's come out over the last few hours in the wake of Austin Reeves getting this 4-year, $185 million 4-year max deal that the Detroit Pistons reportedly were prepared to offer Austin Reeves the same amount of money. And there's no reason to spin a report once you've got the cash. So this is almost certainly true. It came from Shams. Austin Reeves is going to make $46.25 million per year over his 4-year deal with the Lakers. He is the highest paid non-drafted player in the history of the NBA. And the way this breaks down is it's $41.3 million this upcoming year, $44.6 million in year 2 of the deal, $47.9 million for Austin Reeves from the Lakers in year 3, and he has a player option in 29-30 for $51.2 million. This for a guard, a shooter, an offensive weapon that we know Luka Doncic wanted. He averaged 23, 5, and 6 last year on 49% shooting from the field, 36% shooting from the three-point line. You hope that'll improve at the price you paid him. Very good free throw shooter, almost 90%. Player efficiency rating of 20. And the thing is, and we'll get to Cam Carr and we'll get to LeBron and we'll get to what this means, they didn't have a huge choice, but Doug, you and I had hoped maybe the possibility, maybe he would take a discount or the market would discount him to 36 or 38 million a year. That's not it. He's at 46 and change a year. He got all the money, dude.
He did. He got paid just like we thought was probably going to happen, and it felt like a formality. You had to protect the asset. If you look at that $21 million around that cap hold, it's not going to impact what they do this offseason as far as what's on the books, but this is just the cost of doing business. This is a player that, sure, has he had some injuries? Has he been great in the playoffs? No. Is he the best fit with Luka Doncic? I think some numbers say yes. I think that we still have our questions about how it could work as far as can he be a second option with Luka that can win a championship, but to protect the asset, you had to do it. The worst thing that could have happened here is that the Lakers got nothing for Austin Reeves. Now they have a protected asset that last season, if he does get injured, he was going to be an all-star. And all-stars get these kinds of contracts.
We will fill out the Lakers' possible roster over the next few hours. We'll do it over the next few days. We are approaching, of course, official free agency. The reason Austin Reeves can get this deal done, the reason that other teams can announce deals is you are able and allowed under the rules of the NBA's collective bargaining agreement to negotiate with your own players for these kinds of extensions or deals. Now, Austin Reeves won't sign this deal until the back end of free agency. It'll be first, second week of July because of his bird rights and his cap hold. They'll be able to basically go over the cap into the aprons, not to get too much into the weeds, but the Lakers will get to fill out some other things. And just to put this on your radar, as D-Mac and I, here on D-Mac and Reiter, on 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA Sports, get into Austin Reeves getting the max deal earlier today. News broken by Shams. Just to keep an eye on this, Jake Fisher, who does an excellent NBA newsletter and works with Mark Stein, has reported that New Orleans wants 2 first-round picks for Herb Jones. That's a player that we've talked about maybe as a target, good wing in New Orleans. The Lakers have 2 remaining first-round picks. They drafted Cam Carr last night. Carr, by the way, one of the comps for him out there is Trey Murphy. That's a guy that we've also talked about, could be a good fit. We'll get into that. And, of course, we're waiting on LeBron James. Dave McMenamin was on the show earlier, not the show, but he was on the station earlier. He was on with D-Fish and with Cody Decker, and we'll play that later in the program for you. There's a lot of pieces that have to be put together. I will say this about Austin Reeves. In full disclosure, I've said this on the show. And I don't know if this is, do you get impacted by how guys treat you, like the kindness or sort of unkind? I root for guys that are nice people. Scott Drew's going to be on the show because we're friends, because when I met him, he was a nice man, and so I kept in touch. If Scott Drew had been a jerk face, I probably wouldn't have him on the show today. I like Austin Reeves because he was kind to my son once, as we've discussed, randomly, at a game. It doesn't change the fact that there are some worries and concerns here. And you're right, Doug. They had to pay him. They didn't have a choice. He performed at a level that was, you have to just give him the money if there's a market, and there was a market from the Pistons, reportedly. Otherwise, the Lakers wouldn't have done it. And maybe just as importantly, Luka Doncic made it clear through leaks he wanted Austin Reeves back. The minute, and we said this on the air, the minute Doncic did that, the minute credible Lakers reporters said, Luka Doncic wants Reeves, what he was really doing was getting Austin Reeves paid. In that March that we've cited, as evidence for the Lakers maybe being closer than other people think, when they went 15-2, before the injuries took them down, when Luka Doncic scored 38 points per game, when LeBron took a back seat, that was a stretch where Austin Reeves didn't play well. He had fewer points per game. He had fewer assists per game. He basically had the same number of rebounds per game. His shooting percentages went down across the board over that March where the Lakers were the best version of themselves. He shot 32% from the three-point line, which is obviously not particularly good. He turned the ball over a bunch. He turned the ball over a lot this year. In general, they need him to play well, I think, Doug. And I'm rooting for Austin Reeves. I like him as a human. He's a very nice guy. It's impressive what he's done. They need him to play at least pretty well over the next year and a half so that if it doesn't fit, if it doesn't work, there is still a tradable asset in there. The nightmare scenario is a year and a half from now because they're not going to trade him at the trade deadline. They're going to give it some time. The nightmare scenario is a year and a half from now at the trade deadline in 28. He's not good enough. The Lakers are bad. Luka rumors are swirling. They might want to go somewhere else. At a minute, I hope he plays well for the Lakers. They need him. He has to for this to work, even though they had very little choice. He has to play well enough that he's either effective or he's tradable over the next 18 months.
Absolutely. That's the number one thing, is that if you're a Lakers fan right now, I've seen some Lakers fans out there, some people saying, Austin Reeves, he can't help Luka lead this team to a championship. Well, guess what? You better be the biggest Austin Reeves fan in the world if you're a Lakers fan over the next year, because either A, he emerges into a player that does make that all-star team, that does fit well with Luka and potentially LeBron and however this roster is constructed, so you can help this team at least have a puncher's chance. I mean, you're looking at numbers where, 23, 5, and 6 on 48, 37, 87% shooting splits, that's going to get you a contract like this. But as Bill just pointed out, I'm not necessarily rooting for Austin Reeves because I think that he can help lead this team to a championship. I'm rooting for Austin Reeves because I hope that he can be good enough to maybe help this team get Anthony Edwards or another superstar down the line.
You're already eyeing. I love that.
Look, Anthony Edwards would be the perfect fit with Luka Doncic. He's athletic. He can play defense. He's downhill. When you get double teams, you go to Luka Doncic. Look, that's just the mark of the NBA. Look at the Giannis trade. Look at the Luka trade. When superstars went out, they forced their way out. And right now, we need Austin Reeves to, like I said, look, I would love to be wrong. I would love for Austin Reeves to win a Finals MVP if it means the Lakers win a championship. But I will say that a lot of people will say this about Reeves. Hey, the guy doesn't play defense. And you can't have your two best offensive players not be defensive level players. Guys that aren't committed on that end.
I'm going to go a little positive. I don't know that I believe it. I think history will probably prove you right And this Pollyannish response from the second part of DMAC and Reiter, that's me, Bill Reiter, he's Doug McCain here on DMAC and Reiter 97.1 The Fan. But in that March that we keep citing with the 15-2 record, a defense that was basically 20th, 19th defensive rating over the course of the year was 9th in March with Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic. I actually don't think Anthony Edwards and Luka Doncic would be a good fit.
I think it'd be a great fit. I mean, obviously, you would prefer to have him with a big or someone like that. There'd be, him and Wemby would be a better fit. Him and Joker would be a better fit. But
2 of the highest 5 usage rates in the NBA. I'll take your thing and I'm gonna put a little twist on it. What if Anthony Edwards? There's a reason we're discussing this. Reports yesterday that Anthony Edwards very well could be the next superstar to force his way out. And we discussed that this is a warning sign. This is a little. Are you good doing like a? What's the tornado sound?
A tornado sound.
Man,
wow.
like the tornado bells when I was a kid. Hit it. Much better. Okay, we both. Don't worry. We will talk sports here on the new 97.1 The Fan. We will not do tornado silence ever again on DMAC and Reiter. If Luka gets perturbed and frustrated, and Anthony Edwards makes it another year, I could see a swap situation going on. And maybe you're right. But right now, I'm actually weirdly sort of cautiously optimistic they can build a winner around Luka. They got Reeves. We'll see what it does. I really like this Cameron Carr guy they got out of Baylor. We're going to talk to Scott Drew, his head coach, in 45 minutes. But this, can I give you some of like because they need 3-and-Ds around Luka. Austin's going to create secondary offense, and in theory, he's going to play at a higher level. Let's presume that they can bring LeBron James back at a reasonable amount of money. They have $50 million in cap space, but I think it was Brian Windhorst who pointed out it's basically fake cap space. They have $50 million. Maybe they have $30 million if they can talk LeBron into a $20 million a year contract. That's a huge, huge, huge discount. Cameron Carr is everything that you're supposed to get. I don't remember if I texted you when the news came across that the Lakers had traded from the 25th pick to the 24th pick with the Knicks. I was eating Airheads. Do you like Airheads? I almost threw my I'm a big fan.
Sour.
They're very sour. I almost threw my Airhead to the TV, and I do owe Rob Pelinka an apology for my overreaction in that moment because it was just a swap and cash considerations. They bought the draft pick, and they got in Cameron Carr, somebody who is highly, highly, highly believed to have been a steal. I'm going to give you the Cameron Carr projected draft slots from all the experts. ESPN, he went 24th to the Knicks, which is really the Lakers because of a trade. ESPN, 18. Bleacher Report had him at 15. So did CBSSports.com. SI had him at 19. The Athletic, Sam Vecini, who's really good at his job, had him at 15 in his final mock. NBA DraftNet had him at 13. Trey Murphy, Brandon Miller are sort of the comps. Vecini, who I think is very good, basically did a projection of range, and he said he will go earliest 10. He will not fall below 21. ESPN's Jeremy Woo, who's also very good, said earliest 13, latest 19. So they got in Carr a shooter, a guy who had the second fastest. Can I give you? This is like positivity here on DMAC and Reiter. At the NBA Combine, he had the second fastest lane agility time at the Combine. He had the second highest standing vertical leap at 38 inches, which actually matters. He had the third highest max vertical leap. Maybe the most important stat, he has the longest wingspan at over 7 feet, 7.25 feet among players 6'6" or shorter at the Combine. His dad obviously played in the NBA. He can jump out of the gym, which is what you want. Guys can get to the rim and Luka can create for easy buckets. He can shoot. I know I shouldn't get too carried away on a 24th first-round draft pick, but I like this kid. And if you can go get a Walker Kessler by overpaying, or you can trade away your future, which is what you'd have to do for Herb Jones, and Carr kind of works out, and Luka and Reeves continue to click, and LeBron says, I don't want to go make $15 million in Golden State. I don't want to go make $9 million in Cleveland. I don't want to go hang out with Pat Riley, who still kind of doesn't like me. We're not we. God help me, Reiter on DMAC and Reiter. The Lakers are not the Spurs or the Thunder. But I think there's a world where I can close my eyes and squint and think that they're the third best team in the Western Conference. Is that crazy?
I think it's pretty crazy.
You do think I'm getting a little,
as far as the current state of the roster?
No. What I just said.
I hear you saying.
If LeBron comes back,
and
then Walker Kessler is there or Herb Jones is there.
That's a tough call for me. I think that you have to earn your spot. I would say 4 or 5. Just like there's a world where they could have the third best record in the Western Conference. It's a possibility, but for me, I look at Cam Carr. I look at the prospect that he is, there's definitely a lot of promise there. But number three in the West. I mean, you got OKC, you got the Spurs, and then you're talking to yourself, can you be the third best team in the West? It's not impossible. I mean, the Kessler move, I feel like, I don't want to say it's a pipe dream or a crack pipe dream or whatever you want to say, but like it is going to be difficult to envision the Lakers being able to acquire him. But I do think that last night you got to give him an A for that pick. I mean, Carr, if you followed Baylor at college basketball at all this season, you know that he's hyper athletic, 6'5". I love the fact he almost averaged 2 blocks per game as a guy that's 6'5". I mean,
Dude,
almost 6
ball.
rebounds. I mean,
think.
Versatile player. I just love the fact, too, that you didn't just force feed yourself maybe a center, a big man, because that was your need. You basically took what was the best option for Luka Doncic, a player that can make sense for Luka Doncic, and you gave Dolan a little bit of money. You got that spot. So I love that pick. I give it an A. It's a fantastic pick. The only thing that hurts is that if Dalton Connect had worked out, you wouldn't be picking a player like that at that spot.
This is D-Mac. I totally agree. D-Mac and Reiter 97.1 The Fan. I went positive on the Lakers. Let me now go negative. Let me do the yin and the yang. Let me understand that we don't know what we don't know. And one of the things that annoys me about draft coverage every single year is every guy that gets drafted is the greatest player to ever play in the history of college basketball, and it's going to work out. Have you ever heard an NBA analyst come on and just be like, or a draft analyst, and go, you know what? At 7, this guy's gonna be a bomb, because nobody wants to get clipped. I used to do this when I was doing a solo radio show. I'm a jerk. No, I'm not. I'm a radio host who asks hard questions. I would have the Sam Vicinis on, and I would say, just give me 3 busts in the top 10, and they wouldn't do it. But if you look at the history of the NBA, a lot of these guys don't make it. So I went positive on Carr. I do think I'm with you. I'm in. I think it's a great pick. Now I'm gonna go very, very negative on the Austin Reeves deal. Let's say that Carr doesn't work out. Let's say that LeBron James doesn't come back at a discount, so you don't have the flexibility to get more than LeBron, or he doesn't come back and then you lose that production, or he comes back at a discount and holds it against you for the entire season, which is entirely possible in terms of your locker room. Austin Reeves in that scenario could very well, in any scenario, could turn out to be a giant mistake. The sports world is littered with organizations that had no choice but to pay guys, paid them, and then it was a disaster. I think Dak Prescott qualifies. I think that is clearly a check on that side of the equation for the Cowboys. Kyler Murray's a guy. Tua Tagovailoa, everybody said, you got to pay him. Look at what he's done. And there's a million examples in the NBA. So this is a very, very difficult situation for the Lakers in terms of it feels like a coin flip. Feels like the next 3 to 5 years for the Lakers, the future of Luka Doncic, are in the basketball gods' hands. And there's just a quarter that's up in the air. And the best thing that I think Pelinka, if you're going to let him do it, and Guggenheim, who now own the Lakers, are owned by the same group that own the Dodgers, I think the best solution is to just go all in. If you feel like you drafted the right young dude, and I kind of do, if you feel like you had to pay Austin Reeves and there's an upside, and I kind of do, if you believe like I do that athletes and their success or failure is largely predicated on the environments they're put into, you got to create the perfect environment starting September, October, whenever camp gets going for the Lakers. I'm going, and I don't want to do this, but he's in charge. So trust your basketball people. If it's Walker Kessler, go overpay him. Bring him in, go into the aprons when you give Reeves and LeBron the money. If it's not Kessler, go get Herb Jones with those two first-round picks. Now that they have paid Reeves, now that you've given him a max deal, now that you know that Luka Doncic has said through leaks, 2026, when you told me you fools would make it work, I think you've got to add another critical piece. It's a good start. For me, it's not enough. Herb Jones, Walker Kessler, totally different positions. I get it. I just want more talent and difference makers on this roster, and that's something that I think has to happen in the next week to justify the money they just gave Austin, the bag they just gave Austin Reeves.
Totally agree. I mean, I would love to disagree with you for the sake of radio, but I mean, I do. That's to me what I think you need to do. If you were the Los Angeles Lakers, you have to show Luka Doncic this offseason that you can be competent as a front office. And they checked off the first box by giving him his running mate. He wanted Austin Reeves. He got Austin Reeves. So now that they've checked that box off and they'll be able to construct the rest of the roster, I think my big question is, how likely are some of these RFAs? Can you realistically acquire a Kessler? And if you don't, do you see if you can get Jared Allen, right? Can you add another impact player at that center spot? It remains to be seen. I fully don't have a ton of trust in this front office, but we'll see if they can change my mind. But I think what the Lakers should really do is you got to use your bird rights on a lot of these guys, almost run it back in the hopes that the snapshot that what we saw last year was real and that this team does, with an additional piece like a center to fix that defense in the paint that was bad during the month of March, could legitimately contend. Because the truth is this team right now, look, as you point out, you could be the third best team in the West. They were that for a long stretch
for March
last season, right?
Yeah.
But can someone convince themselves with the roster as Austin Reeves as my second best player, can I win a championship? I just don't believe that to be the case. I just don't believe that at all.
So I'm going to push. I'm with you. I get the lot. I'm with you. Who's the second best player on the New York Knicks? I guess the easy answer is Karl Anthony Towns.
But they got three 3-and-D wings though. I mean,
I understand, but my point is, in the new model, who's the second best player on the Oklahoma City Thunder? I mean, they were missing their second best player and still made the conference finals. Who's the second best player on the Spurs? I know they collapsed in the finals, but that's because Wemby. I think we're in I think that the new CBA and the aprons and just the way that it sort of compresses teams and makes decision-making really difficult. It's D-Mac and Reiter here on 97.1 The Fan. I actually think you can win with one star if you have the right collection of talent around them. I don't think you need Austin Reeves to be the quote-unquote second best player on the team. I think if you get a Walker Kessler, if you get a LeBron James to come back, if you get a Herb Jones, I think if you get one more piece, and I don't think it's likely, but I think there's a world where it's possible the Lakers are competitive if they can add one more guy that's like even a Josh Hart. What did Josh Hart say? I'm not going to go. If I'm the second best player on your team, you can't win. If I'm the third best player on your team, you got a shot. The Lakers now need that guy. And if that happens, I think it gives enough cover that it can be Reeves one day, it can be LeBron another day. Luka needs to be, 50-point Luka every now and then, 40-point Luka a lot. I'm cautiously optimistic that the Lakers can still go make some moves to at least justify the investment that they had no choice in giving Austin Reeves checks notes $46.25 million per year with a brutal 51-player option in year 4. Because if it doesn't work out 4 years from now, he's picking up that option, and you and I are hopefully talking about what a disaster it was, pretending that I didn't say it could work.
So, yeah, that is the thing, Bill. I mean, yes, it is a max player. Yes, it is a contract that they need him to play well. They need him to stay healthy. They need him to continue to emerge. But it's a 25-player max. It's not a 30-player max. It's not 35% max player. And you also look at the fact that he's going to be the 41st highest paid player in the NBA. So if he plays like a top 40 player, well, this is the salary that he does deserve. But the question I have in all this is, where's LeBron James? Because if you're talking about competing in the near future, I think that now the success or failure of this team comes down to, will LeBron James re-sign with the team?
Austin Reeves got a bag. LeBron James' decisions are afoot. Cam Carr's in the mix. We'll talk to Scott Drew about his player at Baylor in about 30 minutes. But first, we're going to shift gears to the best, not just baseball insider. My partner said this, and I agree, the best insider, I think, in all of sports. Jeff Passan, our friend, talking Dodgers, talking Scooble, joins us next. D-Mac and Reiter. group on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA Sports. Accident or injury, text injury help to 40222. That's injury help to 40222. I worked at the Kansas City Star many years ago, and some of the absolute best sports journalists in the country went through there. And this is saying something because it's a who's who these days of sort of successful people. I think Jeff Passan might be the most successful alum of that place because he is, and you and I discussed this earlier, for our money, the best insider, and not just covering baseball, any sport at ESPN and anywhere. He is at ESPN. He also has sources tell Jeff Passan he's very busy. He has a lot going on. It is, and I heard he's a great tennis player. He has very graciously made some time for us. Mr. Jeff Passan, hello, sir, from Los Angeles. You're on with Doug McCain and me, Bill Reiter. Thank you, pal, for making time, dude. How are you? How are you?
Flattery takes you very far, William. I appreciate the kind words.
Is it true that you're great at tennis? I know we didn't have you on for that, but is that like a yes or no? Is that real? I heard that.
Yeah, I mean, like back in the day, okay. I'm washed now.
All right. I want a piece.
Like yesterday, I was at the gym, which I don't go to frequently enough, and I know this because I lifted up some weight in my back, which has not necessarily been in great shape since I got attacked by a tree 3 years ago, but my back just completely locked up. So if you see me today, if you see someone hobbling around and looking like a pathetic shell of a 45-year-old, that's me.
Tarik Skubal is not washed. He seems to be fine. It's obviously a big talking point here. For you, what is the likelihood in the people you talk to, Jeff Passan, that he will be traded and that he will be traded to Los Angeles to play for the Dodgers?
I think we put the likelihood in our trade rankings on ESPN.com at 85%, and that 15% that's a no was if the Tigers managed to scrap their way into playoff contention, which I don't know if you've seen the American League lately, Bill, but it sucks. Like, it's a really bad league, so getting into playoff contention in the American League is not out of the realm of possibility, despite the Tigers at one point having been like 14 games under 500. But if they cannot make that sort of headway over the next month or so to put themselves in a position to go to the playoffs for a third straight year, well, then Tarik Skubal is going to be out there for the highest bidder, and nobody's got more incentive for me than the Los Angeles Dodgers. As much, not just to have Skubal at the head of a rotation that also has Yoshinobu Yamamoto and Shohei Ohtani, and I don't know who the rest are going to be at this point, whether Blake Snell or Tyler Glasnow is going to be healthy, if Justin Wroblewski has more or less bullied his way into that. Whatever the case, it's part having him on your team, but it's also part not having to face him. And what the Dodgers have done in building up their farm system the way they have, in just an incredible and meticulous way of getting the two things that teams want the most, which is power hitting outfielders and starting pitchers. The Dodgers have, they have an excess of those, almost too many to have in your organization. So everything makes sense in terms of lining up, and the Dodgers, I think, line up better than anybody in baseball to go get Tarik Skubal.
And Jeff, you're the greatest at what you do. In my opinion, Andrew Friedman is the greatest at what he does. And Friedman has talked about it in the past that despite how your roster looks, if there is a needle-moving player, someone like a Tarik Skubal that becomes available, you go to the table and you show interest. The Dodgers, though, you look at their rotation, you got Shohei, you got Yamamoto, Blake Snell and Tyler Glasnow are going to be back. Do you believe that they're going to still pursue Tarik Skubal even if their rotation, as they believe it to be, is going to be fully healthy?
Yes, because anybody who sits there and says to themselves, our rotation is going to be fully healthy, they're probably just telling themselves lies. The Dodgers, as much as anyone, they know how pitching works. In terms of, quite often it doesn't. And one thing the Dodgers have done really well over the last few years, I suppose it's a decade now since Andrew Friedman got there, is they've done a good job of building up a bulwark against whatever comes at them. So if they don't have relief pitching like they did a couple of years ago, at least like they didn't last year, at least they have arms. like Roki Sasaki, who they could put into the role and really stepped up. If they don't have starting pitching like they did a couple of years ago, they can backfill it with a bullpen. And they do this because organizationally they prioritize depth more than most. And if you're looking for the advantages that the Dodgers have because of their money, this is one of the more distinct ones, that they're able to go out and their 23rd, 24th, 25th, and 26th players are often going to be better than, other teams' 18th and 19th and 20th players. And that's just the way that the Dodgers philosophically operate. And it's been something that's really benefited them since Friedman took over.
This is D-Mac and Reiter, 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA Sports, and we are very lucky to be talking to Jeff Passan, ESPN's remarkably talented MLB insider, the host of Sources Tell, Jeff Passan, and a friend of the show. Jeff, let's say that there's people listening to this in LA who, the few Padres fans driving around, or transplants like me from somewhere else, who do not want the Dodgers to get Skubal, or just for the sake of this conversation, if it were in LA, who are the teams out there that might be willing to spend more, pay too high a price, test Andrew Friedman's willingness to quote-unquote overpay at the deadline in just the attempt to get a Skubal to compete with LA perhaps, or at least steal him from LA, if that's going to happen?
Yeah, I think despite the New York Yankees having a really formidable rotation with Cam Schlittler and Garrett Cole and Max Fried and Carlos Rodon, they will be in the mix for Skubal. It just, I was talking with an executive a couple weeks ago who was like, if you're an American League team, why wouldn't you be all over him? I don't think Seattle is going to be quite as demonstrative in its pursuit, but this to me is like a National League thing. I think the Braves are going to be in. It would never shock me for the Phillies, despite having Christopher Sanchez and Zach Wheeler to be in. I think the Milwaukee Brewers are a team to really keep an eye on. They have a tremendous farm system, a lot of depth on the infield, particularly from which they can trade. And, the Tampa Bay Rays, they've sort of fallen back to earth. They have a even run differential, so maybe this won't be the year, but teams like that see little windows and little opportunities, I think they're going to be the ones that are the most aggressive when it comes to this.
And, Jeff, we know that Andrew, he's talked about, he said himself he hates trading for pitching at the deadline because of the prices. You get those hotel minibar prices. You have to pay a lot, right? You got to overpay. But if you are the Dodgers and you have this rare opportunity to win 3 straight titles, you've got the CBA looming. Yes, one more time, and then yes for good measure. Yeah. I think our yes count is up to 20, Mr. Jeff Passan. What I was going to ask you, though, was we know that Scott Boras is not someone that is going to want to get his pitcher to sign an extension. He wants to get him to market. We know that Tarek Skubal is a guy that's likely going to get over $400 million in free agency. But do you think the Dodgers maybe look at this as an opportunity to get those 2 months plus the postseason? And then also you almost maybe does it give them advantage as the incumbent team to maybe get a long-term deal done? Do you think they view it as that, or is it just more the focus on helping us win a 3rd straight title this year?
I think all the focus has to be on the championship, and whatever you're baking into your model in terms of value going forward. I don't know that the Dodgers are going to want to sign Tarek Skubal, who is 30 years old or is going to be 30 years old next year, rather, to a 10-year contract. And that's what it's going to take. We also don't know what collective bargaining is going to look like. And I don't believe there's going to be a salary cap. I don't think the players are going to accede, but there's always the possibility of that. And if that's the case, then there's just not going to be any room at all with the Dodgers for a contract like the one that Skubal wants. So there is a possibility that they could look at this like this is our last hurrah before a cap is coming now or before a new system is coming into place. Maybe we should take advantage and go get Skubal, but the lack of knowledge about what the economic system in baseball is going to look like going forward, to me, would suggest that the Dodgers try and operate with minimal risk, right? And when you sign something not knowing what it's going to look like afterward, that's an inherently risky thing to do.
Yeah, and Jeff, incredible stuff. It's rare that I get a chance to talk to someone that has the answers to essentially every question I've ever had in life. So one more Scooble question, I promise. There's been a lot of talk that maybe there's been communication between the Dodgers and the Tigers dating all the way back to the winter meetings last year. What sense do you get as far as what the Tigers are looking for from the Dodgers? Would the Dodgers maybe be willing to include a Glass now, a big league starter already? Or do you get the sense that maybe the Tigers are thinking long-term with some of those top 100 prospects, whether it be a DePaula, a Hope, a Ferris, those types of players?
Yeah, I think it's probably more in the cost control realm, but I don't think they're opposed to the idea of a guy like Tyler Glasnow. I just think that at the cost, 5 years, $135 million, and I know a couple of those years have been taken up already, but it's a hefty price for a guy who hasn't proven himself capable of pitching 180 innings in a season. And when you're replacing a guy like Scooble, an absolute horse who's regularly going 180 plus, is that something that you want to do with Glasnow where there are question marks, or would you rather take that risk on younger arms, maybe more like an Emmett Sheehan or even a Justin Wrobleski, rather than guys who are probably past their prime at this point?
Jeff Passan, around Major League Baseball, when the trade deadline gets close like it is now, how, as a negotiator, as a straight talker, as a formidable opponent or otherwise, do GMs view Andrew Friedman?
I think if you give them sodium pentothal, they would say that they're terrified of making a trade with him because he wins most of them and he's done really well. But they also look at Jordan Alvarez and say, even Andrew Friedman's human. Best hitter in baseball now with Aaron Judge down, and the Dodgers traded him before he took an at bat for them. So I think more than anything, they're wary that the Dodgers are very, very good at keeping the guys who turn out to be solid and getting rid of the guys who don't. And you've seen it time and again. There haven't been a whole lot of prospects that the Dodgers have traded who have panned out elsewhere. And whether it's a smaller deal like Tommy Edman, where they gave up a couple of low-level guys, or a bigger trade like Keibert Ruiz going to Washington, I believe, with Josiah Gray. You can look at the deal that they made for Manny Machado, and I think Dean Kramer was probably the best player out of that bunch. There just haven't been a lot of trades that the Dodgers have made where afterwards it's like, Dodgers lost that one. So teams are wary, but teams are also confident in their own evaluation process, right? And if they feel like guys are going to be good, that's going to take even more of a priority over, well, the Dodgers seem to do this well. But, other organizations have to have the same sort of mindset. We do this well, too, and we're going to believe in our stuff rather than have any fear over what the Dodgers have done in the past.
Yeah, and Andrew Friedman's not batting 1,000, but definitely well over 400 in his career, no doubt about that. But, Jeff, one of the most discussed moves this offseason, one of the big storylines so far this year in the Dodgers world is the signing of Kyle Tucker. The Dodgers signed him to that $240 million deal, again, $60 million per season, can opt out after the second year. My question to you is, how do you think the Dodgers view that contract right now? Because I found it very interesting to hear Andrew Friedman say at his introductory press conference that Kyle Tucker was a floor raiser, whereas it feels like for most teams, Kyle Tucker would have to be your biggest star at that price. And then you add the fact that even though he's been having a below-average season by his standards, that because of all the talent the Dodgers have, you're still putting up the best record in baseball. I mean, look at the Dodgers lineup. There's still so much talent there. I know you're a big Wu-Tang fan, right? I mean, they still got RZA, Method Man. You got R.I.P. ODB, Jizza, Ghostface, Raekwon, Inspector Deck. You got, right? Like, there's still so much talent there. They can kind of absorb him not getting out to the best start. But how do you think the Dodgers view his contract?
I don't think they see it as a mistake quite yet. It's one half out of the 8 to which they're contractually obligated, but you would anticipate that first half going better than it did. And, the fact that, the Dodgers are thinking of giving him a little bit of a mental reset, it would not necessarily be a bad thing, I think, because Kyle Tucker, frankly, is better than what we've seen on the field from him this year, and his tenure so far has been disappointing.
Jeff Passan, this is the last one for you, and thank you for graciously making this much time. I know it's a busy, busy time for you. What do you think the reliever market will look like, and how will it sort of function as we get closer to the deadline?
The reliever market kind of sucks. I mean, you've got to roll this Chapman, and he's had a fantastic year, and his stuff is still really good. And yeah, that's it's a nice thing to have there. But beyond Aroldis Chapman, there just are not a lot of impact type relievers. If you go for example to closers themselves, like Pete Fairbanks is available or likely to be available from Miami, and you've got some interesting arms: Garrett Whitlock in Boston too, Antonio Senzatella, Anthony Bender in Miami. Daniel Lynch potentially, a couple other Marlins relievers. Like, they're decent guys. Old friend Kenley Jansen, if Tiger Cell could be available. But by and large, guys who you're destined to see in the 8th and 9th innings of postseason games, I just don't see a lot of those available at the deadline. Though, you add Aroldis Chapman and Edwin Diaz coming back, Tanner Scott pitching as well as he has this year. Will Klein has been absolutely, Will Klein's just been such a nice bonus for the Dodgers. And even a guy like Edgardo Enriquez, bringing the velocity. Alex Vezzi is always solid. I don't know. The Dodgers just don't have weaknesses. I can understand why people in 29 other cities despise them. And the answer is because they're better than you.
Jeff Passan, no one is better than you, the pride of Syracuse University. I don't know if you still rock a little Garozos or Arthur Bryant's, but if you do, have a beer or a rib or some pulled pork for me. On behalf of Doug and I, very cool to talk to you. We're talking about your work all the time on the radio, so to have you on and just talk to the audience about all the things going on here is an absolute treat, an absolute pleasure. Thank you, sir. Thank you, my friend, for making the time.
The treat and pleasure were mine, Bill. Thanks for having me.
Hey, buddy. Jeff Passan's the absolute best. Literally the best at what he does in the business, and a great, great guy. We went super long with him because we could have geeked out for an hour.
Yeah, I was getting greedy, man. He's the best at what he does. Period. End of the story. Full stop.
Do you know how I know when it's time to end the interview? When my interior monologue goes, you should ask him, do you want to be best friends? I love that, Jeff Passan. And we're going to have on next time, and I ask about, I'm going to have a callback to a previous show that I didn't do. Because do you remember that? I don't know if you remember. He's gone, right? You demanded an apology from Mr. Passan, and he came on.
We're so cool. We're so cool. Me and Jeff, we joke about things like that. That's the kind of relationship that we have. It's like you and me, right? Perfect. Just all fun and games.
Perfect. Can't wait to have him on next week. Get into it. All right, we're going to do our hero of the day, get our nominees going, and talk in that sort of context about how the Lakers' sense of optimism could power them forward next year on DMAC and Reiter. the voice of LA sports. Accident or injury, visit calldowntown.com. That's calldowntown.com. It is time for the hero of the day, where we nominate heroes in the sports world, largely Southern California, but not entirely. And we pick a winner at the end of the day. You get to vote on that. By the way, if you're trying to call in like Marcos, 855-97-LA-FAN, Marcos, hit the buttons properly, my friend. 855-97-LA-FAN is the phone number. You also get on the stream at the Fan LA. We've got some comments. We'll get to those here in a second. I'm going to nominate, is it weird to nominate Leo Messi because it's his birthday?
For you, no.
I'm
that
doing
was
it.
the most.
He's a hero. Leo Messi.
We've done this show, I think it's the 6th week. This was the most predictable one. I knew that this morning when I woke up, I was
coming?
like, that was your hero. When I saw all those graphics, happy birthday, Messi, I knew that was coming.
All right, Messi is nominated for the hero of the day.
Nice. I got to go. I'm going Bill Reiter.
Oh, come on now.
Bill Reiter getting Jeff Passett on the show, actually showing love to Cristiano Ronaldo. Yesterday's show, and for not bringing up the Roki Sasaki Jeff Passett apology thing. I saw it in your eye throughout. You wanted to put me on blast. You almost did it. I was trying to filibuster the situation. When I found out we ran out of time, I was kind of excited because I basically, I was a little worried. Long story short, Jeff Passett a couple months ago said that Roki Sasaki was the biggest disappointment. And then when Roki started pitching well, I was saying, hey, Roki deserves an apology from Jeff Passett. Kind of went at him. And then, of course, Bill Reiter wouldn't bring it up, which I think would have been funny. I would have owned up to it.
I'm bringing it up next time.
Okay, next one.
And by the way, everything you said was correct, other than sort of. You absolutely went after him. We are not allowed to be nominated, but that's a very sweet sentiment by my partner, Doug McCain, here on DMAC and Reiter. I'm going to nominate Mr. Robleski, Justin Robleski, another dude. Whatever the sort of data says, whatever the deep dive numbers say, he just keeps getting it done. You are what your record says you are, and this guy is a winner for the Dodgers. Another excellent outing yesterday. I'll give Robo my first local nomination.
Nice. I got to go Cam Carr, newest Laker.
Nice.
The potential is certainly there. Of course, these guys are all lottery picks, and how many people this time yesterday even knew who he was?
Can you be a hero, though? I said nice, but can you be a hero if you haven't done anything? He's been called to battle, but he hasn't won yet.
I love potential, baby.
Okay.
And I just think that they drafted the best player that could fit with Luka Doncic. Whether or not he pans out, we'll see. But I just like the fact that every single mock you saw, no one had him going to the Lakers because no one thought that he would slip that far. I love the attitude. Watched a lot of videos about him yesterday. I'm big on him, man.
All right. I know we only have 60 seconds. Alex Call, first home run as a Dodger. I wish he had gotten a curtain call.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, got there.
Nice.
That's it.
I'm going with Chucky Robinson, man. I talked so much crap about Chucky Robinson 2 days ago on this show. I said that he brought the bat to the plate just to have a prop. He used the bat as a prop and that he wasn't going to have any success. Yesterday, laid down the sacrifice squeeze. He had a couple of hits, no batting gloves. Love me some Chucky Robinson.
You know what? I'm going to nominate Tyler Glass now for being out there as potential Scooble bait. You know, like you tie a goat to a stake and then the dinosaur comes in Jurassic Park?
Yeah. That's your bar buddy, bro. You saw him at a bar. You guys should be best friends.
I was too drunk to speak to the man. But I'm sober now, and I'm very excited to speak to Scott Drew, the men's basketball coach at Baylor University, and a person that can tell us a lot about the Lakers' #1 draft pick, Cam Carr. Scott Drew joins us next on DMAC and Reiter. Back into the show, D-Mac and Reiter, presented by DTLA Law Group on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA sports. Accident or injury, text injury help to 40222. That's injury help to 40222. We see all of you in the stream at the Fan LA, Gary A., Mario Lanverde, everybody that's hanging out. We're going to get to your comments. We really appreciate you. We want you to be part of the show, but we're very lucky to be joined now by somebody that it's really cool in this business when you meet people that are wildly successful and they are great human beings. I am such a Scott Drew fan. Obviously, the men's basketball coach at Baylor University, won a national championship, incredibly talented basketball coach, has sent a lot of guys, including the latest young player that he's helped coach up, to the NBA. Cameron Carr is a Laker. It's why we're talking to him. But just a generally great human being. And Scott Drew, I know it's your time down, your time off, time with your family. Very kind of you to make time. Thank you for joining Doug and I. It is great to be talking to you again, my friend.
Well, it's great to talk to you. And you and I, we came up together. So as we were building Baylor basketball, I know you were doing your thing, and you've never changed. And I appreciate that. So with that, I can tell you one thing. The Lakers are going to be excited because I know they like Showtime. And when it comes to Sports Center type plays, Cam Carr is that. So big time athlete, great young man. You're going to really like covering him.
Scott Drew, Baylor basketball coach here on the show with Doug McCain and me, Bill Reiter, here on DMAC and Reiter. Scott, can you just, we really want to get into the weeds here, but this is a young man who obviously transferred to Baylor. If I remember right, just had to sort of, I think was a walk-on for a second, and obviously played so well and found his groove with you all that he's now the 24th pick in what was an extraordinarily deep draft. What is it about this young man that allowed him to come into your program and find himself a short time later a Los Angeles Laker?
Well, first and foremost, God gave him a great athletic body that his dad, never played in the NBA, was slam dunk runner-up to the Kobe Bryant. So big-time athlete, family genetics, and Cam, he combines that with a skill set where he can really score. He can shoot, but he can get to the rim and get fouled. Obviously, a highlight dunker. But somebody that out of high school rated high. But as you know, like most high school guys, sometimes physically takes a little time. And he was one of those guys that you knew would just take a little time, but you knew he would get there. And went to Tennessee, and they had some great players playing in front of him, but he improved. And a lot of times when people get to the NBA, they never sat on the bench. They've never been in a position where they didn't play. And now it's a huge adjustment to them. But Cam's somebody that has already been there, done that, and then obviously came to us. And this year, I think it started really in the summertime at the Nike Skills Academy. He really played well, and a lot of scouts were buzzing about just how his body had improved over the years and his physicality. And he always had a great jump shot, always was a big-time athlete, but it all was coming together. And we went overseas, played in the World University Games. He was outstanding over there, a fan favorite over there with his spectacular play and dunks. And then we got back in the season, and to give you an idea, in 2 years of college, he scored 42 points, and in 2 games, he scored 44 for us. So I think he's somebody that, again, real high ceiling. He's somebody that could be an NBA All-Star for several years and seasons, but he's a real loyal young man too. So, if he'd come back to college, there was no where I'm looking, what money can I get? It was I'm coming to Baylor, and that's that. So he's somebody that if everything works out, he's with you guys for 15 years, and you guys win a couple championships.
And Scott, D-Mac here, he comes to Baylor after playing a couple years at Tennessee, averaged 4.8 points in his last year with the Vols, and then averages almost 19 points for you guys. What was the number one thing that really clicked in year 3 at the college level? What kind of stands out about his meteoric rise?
Well, I think he had an opportunity with us. As you know, sometimes just like in every draft, it takes some guys a little longer till they're ready to play at that level. And Cam coming out of high school was just him and his dad. His dad, again, was an NBA player out of Southern Illinois, late bloomers. And so he came out of high school and his body needed to get better. He needed to mature physically, and he did that at Tennessee, and then we were able to reap the benefits. It's again, that part of in the portal, people from great programs, because then you're building on a foundation, and we were able to do that, and the Lakers hopefully will be able to build from where we've taken it.
The marvelous Scott Drew here on the show. Scott, obviously it's going to be an adjustment for Cam Carr as he becomes an NBA player, and that's a big leap for everybody. You noted his exceptional athleticism, and there, here in LA, just the highlight reels of him jumping out of the gym are everywhere. Obviously, this is a J.J. Redick thing, and J.J., the coach of the Lakers, will figure out how to use this young man, how he fits in, but we know that Luka Doncic wants elite athletes who can operate in the pick and roll, who can get to the rim, who can catch lobs. Luka is so good at commanding so much attention, so much gravity. To what degree do you think playing with Luka Doncic will allow Cameron Carr, with that athleticism, to maybe have some easier moments at the NBA level that you wouldn't have on some other teams?
Well, let's go as VJ Edgecombe, third pick in the draft last year, so eloquently stated, in the NBA, because of the illegal defenses, you got a lot more space. So you take a great athlete like Cam, and now all of a sudden Luka is able to find him. There's room to find him. You don't have one guy not hurting anybody sitting in the middle of the lane, or two guys clogging both blocks. I would think if someone as talented as Luka, first I'd want to play with someone who could shoot it so they can space the floor. Cam can not only do that, but he does it with deep range. And you can look at 25, 26-foot shots are easy for him. But then you want to have someone who has a feel when to cut, when to and you with the spacing, everybody's coming from the bottom X or top X in the NBA, and Cam has a great feel and a presence about him when to cut, and the margin of error on the passes thrown to him. You just got to get in the vicinity, and he's gonna take care of the rest. So it makes somebody like Luka that much more effective. And for Cam, you don't have those kind of opportunities in college, and it's going to be a nice adjustment, as VJ said, when you don't have to worry about all that.
And Scott, we know about the talent, the athleticism, what he can do on the defensive side of the floor. But as we've seen with this Lakers team in this market, not everyone can handle being a Laker and playing in Los Angeles and putting on that purple and gold. What is it about Cam Carr that you think is going to allow him to not only have success in the NBA, but in this pressure cooker that is the Los Angeles Lakers?
I think first, somebody that can handle distractions. And we know LA, there's a lot of good things to do out there, and a lot of things that take you away from the basketball court and developing and focusing. And Cam's somebody that loves basketball, doesn't get distracted easy, and I think is someone that's going to be able to take care of his body and get the necessary rest, sleep, and nutrition, and be able to continue to improve because his circle's tight and his hobby is basketball. So that's number one. And then number two, with that, his dad played in the NBA. He knows everything about the NBA and the lifestyle. And it's a very tight family and low maintenance, very humble. And they understand the grind and what's expected. So Cam's going to be able to focus and continue to improve and develop. And again, I think great players always want to play with other great players. And Cam was one of the few guys that was projected a first-round draft pick that wanted to play in the combine, and might have been the highest-ranked guy going into Chicago to actually play in the combine. And in his first game was tremendous, had 30, and showed that he's not scared of the big moment or competition. And I think you guys are going to love watching him. The other thing is we haven't really talked about the defensive part of things. And with his wingspan, you can look at his shot blocking numbers. That's on the ball and coming from weak side. He does a great job in helping take away easy ones at the rim. And at the same time, his defense has improved throughout especially a couple of years at Tennessee, and then with us, where he's able to keep guys in front, space them, and use that length that he has. So, again, I think a high ceiling but also a high floor, somebody you can put out right away because he has a skill set, feel, and he's not a target or a liability.
This is D-Mac and Reiter on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA sports. And D-Mac, one of the things I love about this job is getting to have friends on and people like Scott Drew, Baylor men's basketball coach. And Scott, you very kindly and graciously pointed out that we've known each other a long time. Let me also just say you are not just one of the success stories I've been lucky enough to get to know, but one of the really good human beings. And I know that you are busy, and I know doing a radio show in Los Angeles may not have been the top of your bingo card today. So thank you very much for making time for Doug and I. As always, you are a good and gracious man. I want to get on the hoop side here. You brought up the defensive sort of excellence and upside of Cameron Carr, who obviously you coached at Baylor and who the Lakers drafted yesterday after moving up one spot to that 24th pick. And you noted his wingspan at 7.25 feet. That is the longest wingspan among any player at the combine who was 6'6" or shorter. Obviously, in the modern NBA, and for Luka in particular, when the Lakers need a 3-and-D guy is very, very important. You just walked us through the D part of that. He shot well from three-point line for you guys at 37, I think, 0.5% or in that range this past year. His percentages were kind of up and down at Tennessee, but as you noted, he didn't play a lot. Having seen his jump shot, having seen him shoot again and again and again and again, what is the skill level at an NBA level of his three-point shooting, and what, if anything, does he have to work on to just maintain that or improve that at this level?
Yeah. Well, I think, first of all, he went from 30% at Tennessee to 37% with us, and I would think that number would stay the same or get higher, even though the line's back and you got more length and there is an adjustment just from the simple standpoint. I think he will get better catch-and-shoot looks playing with the personnel that the Lakers are going to have and because of the spacing. And with that, one of the things that's great about Cam is Cam could score 4 points and be happy that the team won. Sometimes scores or it's more about them scoring than the team winning. So what happens is they feel like they got to get shots up, even if they're not good shots. And that can deter you from winning and stopping runs, and it can mess up the locker room when you got them thirsty guys. But he's about winning. He's about being a great teammate. So with that, he can take less shots, be more efficient, and not have to be one of them volume shooters or scorers. Because at the end of the day, most rookies coming in, they're not the featured guy. And they got to be able to be efficient with the touches and the opportunities they get. And so at that point, you take somebody like JJ, who's one of the best coaches in the game. He's going to do a great job explaining, breaking down things to him and exactly what he wants from him. And I think that's going to make his numbers be able to correlate very well and definitely over his course of time with the Lakers. He should be close to a 40% three-point shooter throughout his stay there. He's more than capable of that. I think what will surprise people is his range because a lot of his threes weren't on the line. A lot of them were past the NBA line. So, again, that just provides added spacing.
Scott Drew, as you talk about Cameron Carr, for those just listening, Scott Drew, Baylor men's basketball coach, national champion, all-around great human being, Coach Cam Carr, who was drafted for the Lakers last night, is joining Doug and I here on D-Mac and Reiter. As you were talking about the fact that this is a young man, Cameron Carr, who if he scores 4 points is okay with it, and you were talking earlier about the fact that his dad, Chris, played in the NBA and finished, runner-up to Kobe in the dunk contest, it struck me that this Lakers organization is now owned by the Dodgers and the Dodgers ownership group. And there's some crossover there. And the Dodgers have been very famous for, and we're actually going to talk about this later in the show, they want to hire great people as much as great players to bring into their sort of world, their culture, because they think that matters. And it just, when you said the score 4 points, he's happy, a light bulb went off. Can you speak to any degree to what extent this young man is that kind of a culture person in your experience? It might fit into that kind of need for culture that the Dodgers ownership group are trying to build with the Lakers?
Well, I think first it starts, he went to Link Year. They won a national championship there and went to Tennessee, a school with great culture, came to Baylor, another school that we could argue in the last 10 years, top 5 programs as far as winning and draft picks go. Us and Duke are the only two to have a first rounder the last 6 years. And Cam's one of those guys. I took my daughter to the draft, and she wanted to go. She graduated this year from Baylor because she's friends with Cam. And a lot of people on campus love Cam because you would have no idea he was just the 24th pick in the NBA and going to Los Angeles with the Lakers, because really down to earth, outstanding young man. I think on his visit, him and his dad, we went fishing together, and I mean it's the old school, old character, not entitled, and extremely loyal. And again, that's why I go to the standpoint. I mean, like if you asked his family, and after coaching them and working with them, and Bill Armstrong was our assistant that helped bring him to Baylor when he got to Baylor. Part of the reason was he knew Coach Armstrong. And if you ever coach somebody and you bring them with you, or you recruit them or have them back, it's because you obviously think very highly of them. Because if there was anything you didn't like, you wouldn't bring somebody back. I'm just telling you, Cam will want to stay a Laker for his entire career. And that means he's not looking for the next big deal or $1 more. He's just looking to be part of something. And he's a pleaser. He's going to want to win. He's going to want to win for the Laker fan base. He's going to want to win for Rob Plank and his group that trusted to draft him. He's going to want to win for JJ. So you're gonna enjoy talking about him and enjoy watching him, and you're always 2 seconds away from a top play of the night. So I've coached Baylor this week. We're going on year 24. We've had some unbelievable athletes. There is none better than Cam Carr. Not saying he's better than the couple we've had, but there's nobody. I mean, he's as explosive as it gets. Second best vertical in the combine with the wingspan. Some of his dunks remind me, I remember the Matrix that played with Sean Marion, that played with the Mavs, similar to that. So one thing is Cam's a perimeter guy. He's a skilled guy. Thing that we haven't even touched on is he's a good passer and a willing passer. So he's not going to force things, and you put him in a ball screen read, he's going to find the open man. So I think it's somebody you draft that can play and has a chance to be an all-star. And those are great draft picks, especially in the 20s.
Scott, you get me absolutely hyped to watch Cam Carr on the Lakers. I need a Cam Carr Lakers jersey tomorrow, man. But I was going to ask you, I mean, it's got to be very cool, very rewarding to have another player that you coach, that you helped develop, get to the next level. You've had almost 30 draft picks, tons of first-round picks. But I'm obsessed with player comps. I've seen this comp with Carr to maybe a Trey Murphy or a Devin Vassell. Even I saw some J.R. Smith comps. Is there a player that comes to mind? Of course, every player is different that has had success at the NBA level that he kind of reminds you of?
Well, the one that I'm going to bring up is a little bit different, and that's VJ from the standpoint of VJ's athleticism and VJ's ability to pass that people really didn't talk about. I think those are two things that people will come to find out Cam possesses. As far as I'm sorry I was not on point, Bill, to give you a good comp because, to be honest, I haven't coached it, and there's not many college guys that have had his skill set and athleticism. So usually you get either or, and then again you combine it with a great young man and a human being. So you're going to love covering him. You're going to like interviewing him. You're going to like talking with him. And then shoot, if he was over babysitting your kids, you'd be like, he's a great babysitter. I mean, so that's the total package right there. So.
Scott Drew, I did not realize when I texted you last night after the draft came down that you were at the draft, and had I known, I would not have bothered you. So it's even cooler of you to have made time. I was like, oh, he's probably home in Waco. It'll be okay. It'll be all right. You are a good man, sir, and Doug and I appreciate you, and I appreciate our friendship. And as always, if you're ever in L.A., you let me know. I know a couple spots. We'll go hang out.
More of a reason to be there. So
yeah.
Anyway, I might take you up on that someday. So, hey, good luck to you guys, and thanks for all you do and how you do it.
Scott,
appreciate
you so much, man. Scott Drew, one of my favorite people that I've gotten to know in this business, and he broke it down on Cameron Carr. By the way, Scott doesn't lie. I'm in, dude. I'm in. We're both going to get Cam Carr jerseys.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, just bring it down to the next level. And I think, too, just what stands out is if you watch the highlights, if you look at the stats, yes, it's undeniable, the athleticism, the wingspan, but getting to know him as a player as far as the character side of it, the work ethic. I mean, I love the part he said if you need someone to babysit your kids, he's the guy you'd want. I love when he pointed out that he's a guy that would want to be a Laker for life, the loyalty of it.
He needs it too, dude.
And exactly. Yeah, the character seemed like it was a 10, athleticism a 10. But I think the Lakers, I think they might have found something in Cam Carr, man. I think I may have just gotten the biggest steal of the draft.
Scott Drew didn't know he was saying this, but he was telling Los Angeles that the Lakers just got their first Dodgers-Lakers draft pick. Because everything he was describing was such a Dodgers way of looking at things.
I love that. I absolutely see that because, like, what did Passan say, right? It doesn't matter who is in the Dodgers rotation. They see talent in Scooble, they'll add it. I think that Carr was a perfect spot.
They paid to go up?
Yeah, they paid to go up. They want the athleticism. And that's something that this team needs, is athleticism, guys that can play at that level.
I should have made this point earlier. I didn't think of it. D-Mac and Reiter, 97 The Fan, and I love Jeannie Buss. You know when you compliment someone, you know there's a butt coming? But Jeannie Buss didn't have a lot of money relative to most. The Buss family didn't have a lot of money compared to most NBA owners. She had a lot of money compared to all of us and all of you listening. Another thing that I should have thought about, D-Mac, the Lakers' willingness to go and just spend money to move up a draft pick is a very Guggenheim thing, not a very Buss family thing, right? And I don't have all the details, and I'm sort of extrapolating, but to your point, and to the point we're having, like that is a very, very, the money isn't the issue. Because when I saw it was a trade, I was pissed. I should have realized it was just the Dodgers. Like, okay, here's a place where we can win. We can spend money on a draft pick and just go get it. By the way, I'm not kidding. I was sitting on my couch. I knew that he was available. I know that Scott and I are friends, and I'm thinking if this young man gets drafted, I'm gonna write Scott Drew. Is it too late and wait? No, he's up watching because obviously, if I had known he was at Barclays Center, I don't know. I might have waited till this morning. I kind of feel bad. I interrupted his time with his daughter.
Hey, man, but hey, that's what happens, man. You form good relationships.
Great guy.
Clearly. You guys go back, man. You guys go back like rocking chairs, man. And he definitely wanted to go. And I think, too, this is
That's
like
good.
one of the things I asked him was it's got to feel great. It's got to be a proud moment for him because this is a guy almost 30 draft picks, okay? And we're talking about a draft that has 2 rounds, right? We're talking about basketball, small rosters. What this guy's been able to do at Baylor has been nothing short of impressive. And those were real thoughts. There was no spin in there. That was a guy that it wasn't, hey, try to sell me this pen type of Wolf of Wall Street sales job. He was just giving you the real facts about Carr, and I'm extremely excited.
It feels like what a day for the Lakers. Austin Reeves and the young man we just heard from Scott Drew that they just brought in with a 24th pick in the draft. D-Mac and Reiter, 97 The Fan, the voice of LA sports. We're having so much fun. By the way, we see a lot of you over on the stream at the Fan LA. Stay with us. Stay there. Get those comments in there. We're going to get to a bunch of your comments next. And because it's been such a busy day, this is the latest we've ever talked Dodgers on the show. But we are always going to be your spot in this market, anywhere on earth, to be the place to go for Dodgers talk. We are going to get into it next here, including another great outing from Robo. We break it all down next. D-Mac and Reiter. Back into the show, D-Mac and Reiter, presented by DTLA Law Group on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA sports. Accident or injury, visit calldowntown.com. That's calldowntown.com. Many of you are over on the stream at The Fan LA. Thank you for hanging out there. Gary A33 says teams like OKC, San Antonio, New York don't give max deals to guys like Austin Reeves. And he adds about the Lakers, they don't have enough time to build this up around Luka. James set the franchise back too many years. It feels harsh, I will say this. Man, everyone's going to think I'm a LeBron hater, just for being honest. I think the juice was worth the squeeze. They won an NBA championship. He is the best or second best player of all time. Most organizations, every organization LeBron has gone to has been successful beyond its wildest dreams because of LeBron, and every organization he's left has been in deep, deep trouble, and the cupboard has been empty because of LeBron. So it is not unreasonable to think that LeBron will create or has created, as Gary pointed out, a situation where the franchise is going to struggle to build properly because LeBron is not about 3 years from now. He's about now. Difference is now there's a Luka Doncic in the mix.
Exactly. And I think for LeBron's sake, there's the fit thing. But here's the thing. What if LeBron started an entire season knowing he was going to embrace being a third option? I think that changed the conversation for me. I'm not the biggest LeBron guy. I'm not the number one LeBron fan, but I also do appreciate what 26-6 could potentially look like.
Amen.
A guy that can still fill up the stat sheet, a guy that can still help a team win, a guy that we talk about, hey, could he go to San Antonio and help Wemby and change the culture there? Hey, you have – so if that's the case, you're also saying that he's a guy that is a intelligent player. We know that, high IQ off the charts. And I think for LeBron, it's a legacy contract plus a performance plus a little bit of a leverage situation all in once. But this whole idea that the Lakers would be better next year without LeBron – considering the lack of options that they would have to replace him to get that level of production at that price, I don't think Lakers fans truly realize what they have. To me, Lakers fans, when it comes to LeBron right now, it's like that kid that's tired of playing with a toy that other kids wish they had, right? He's still really, really good. He can help this team in a lot of ways. Let's not lose sight of that.
Why are you taking shots at Woody from Toy Story?
Hey, Toy Story 5, record day.
Is that... What?
Toy Story 5 came out this last weekend.
I didn't know that.
I am Buzz Lightyear.
Buzz sucks. 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA sports. I think so. Mario Landaverde 2202. It's true. Well, so is Mario Landaverde 2202. He's also a buzzkill. He got me laughing, bro. And T-Mac and Reiter, because he says Kessler overrated, and he says LeBron no mas. I get it. Oh, here's a more positive thing. Robert Wallace, 490, really liked the Scott Drew interview. Said, good afternoon. Great interviews. Had to tell the eye doctor to hold on a second as I was listening to the awesome interview with Drew. The last eye doctor I went to was such a jerk. He would just be so angry Don't read the letters. He would not have allowed me to have paused him for 30 seconds.
I thought those glasses are just for style.
They are.
They are?
I see you perfectly. Yeah.
Sounds like not a nice guy, but that's what we want,
what
man.
Do you mean? Wait, me?
No, the glasses.
No, I got it.
Yeah,
I saw you.
Yeah.
Man, that was. I feel like we just got off a roller coaster with Jeff Passan and Scott Drew. We haven't talked.
Really?
Yeah, don't you?
Absolutely. I mean, I'm absolutely fired up, man. Absolutely fired up.
Not really.
Oh no,
my kids are at Knott's Berry Farm today. They're on a bunch of roller coasters.
Supreme Scream.
Are you a roller? I've never been to Knott's Berry.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely a roller coaster guy. Been skydiving.
I've been there.
Oh, you haven't been there?
No.
Knott's Berry Farm is fun.
Are we
it
gonna
really
go?
is.
You and me?
I'm down.
Is Gina a roller coaster person?
She is.
Lori hates them.
She does?
I was trying to just be me and you thing, but it backfired.
Roller coaster, I go on all of them, man. Skydiving, I'm crazy with the thrills.
8-5, you're a thrill. 8-5,
Yeah.
97 LA fan. Dodgers won, 12-3 yesterday. Everybody got a hit but Shohei Ohtani, which means I guess we should shut him down for 3 weeks, according to my partner, Doug McCain. Paz and Freeman's had 3 hits each. Alex Call, as we noted earlier, we nominated him for our Hero of the Day. And so if you are on the stream at the Fan LA, please vote for whoever you think is appropriate. Alex Call, again, first home run, nominated. And Robo, another 7 innings, couple runs, struck out 3, walked a couple. I mean, if it walks like an ace, and it talks like an ace, and it pitches like an ace, at what point are we just going to be like, okay, this guy is a really, really good... Probably time to trade him, right? Because even if he's walking and talking and quacking like a duck, he might be a goose.
Teams did reach out to the Dodgers this past offseason for Justin Robleski. They really did. They saw how he performed in the postseason in the World Series. I don't know if you remember the moment between him and Andrés Giménez where he threw him in Game 7. I do not know what Andrés Giménez gave Robleski for Father's Day. Hopefully it was something very nice. But from what I've heard is that moment.
Because he was his daddy.
Yeah. Okay. From what I've heard.
It took me a second.
That's okay.
No, that's a me problem. That was a me problem there on D-Mac and Reiter.
From what I've heard, though, that moment is a moment that players inside the Dodgers clubhouse talk about for a couple reasons. One, what it did for their relationship with Justin Robleski, saying, hey, this guy's a dog. This guy's not afraid. He's not going to back down. And also, it fired up the Dodgers in that very game because the benches started to clear. There was a little bit of a scuffle, and I think that he's carried on that momentum into this season. And the interesting thing about Justin Robleski, and I think that it's something that we can both appreciate, but also it can give us a little bit of concern, is this the fact that the results have been there. But if you look at some of the advanced stuff, the expected numbers, the predictive stats, they'll indicate that his ERA should be over 4, but it's under 3. So the good thing is he's 7th in the National League in batting average against, around 213. He's been able to get the results and trust his defense. And I think what really stands out with Justin Robleski is he's old school. He's a throwback. He does not care about trying to go out there and strike 10 guys out. Even though the strikeout numbers have improved in recent weeks, he's just trying to get the results. I remember talking to him at the beginning of this season, and one thing he told me was the biggest change for him in his career as far as his attack plan goes on the mound was studying his teammate Clayton Kershaw last year. And that Clayton Kershaw told him, hey, you don't have to have all the strikeouts. You don't have to have a 5-pitch mix. Go with what works and trust the results. And he has been a fastball slider pitcher, and it's worked for him. And we're waiting for Cinderella to turn into a pumpkin, but I still think, and we had him on my Dark Horse All-Stars a couple of weeks ago, there is an outside chance that he could be an all-star. And he was asked about it after the game, and his eyes lit up because it means something to him.
Speaking of an all-star, sometimes in throwing at people, sometimes competitors, sometimes heroes, sometimes people we love the most, go after other people that we love. I did not ask Jeff Passan in his interview an hour ago about your comment.
Okay.
But I'm going to play it right now.
I got to call out Jeff Passan because a month ago, Jeff Passan wrote this. He said Sasaki has been the biggest disappointment in his disappointment column. He wrote this. Sasaki has been wild and hittable, leading to an unsightly 1809 whip. He talked about his stats. He said that though Sasaki throws plenty hard, averaging 97 miles per hour on his fastball, it's straight and doesn't miss bats. Batters are 17 for 43 with 5 home runs against it. He's in the rotation for now, and he needs the innings to work on his repertoire, but maybe those innings need to come in Triple A.
Oh, Jeffrey.
Thankfully, the Dodgers did not listen to Jeff Passan and send Roki Sasaki down to Triple A, because the way the Dodgers use the major league level with their top prospects and players that are developing, they say the last 10% you got to develop in the show. That's their rule. The last 10% we're developing up here because we think that if you go down there, you're not going to benefit as much. So now we're seeing the dividends that it's paying off.
I'm not going to play what you said about Scott Drew.
I can't believe you just did that.
Really?
It's always been, since I got into this business, one of my big dreams was to interview Jeff Passan.
You did.
And on the same day...
He's not listening. He's busy.
Oh, he'll be listening.
To this?
To D-Mac and Reiter on the podcast. On the same day, Bill, on the same day, where one of my interview dreams becomes true, where I get to interview the world's greatest MLB insider to talk Dodgers, to talk Tarek Skubal.
You mispronounced Sasaki Doubter.
And then you go and do that. You play a clip where I was calling out Jeff Passan, and look,
you had him.
Sometimes the greats are wrong. Sometimes some people make mistakes.
What do you say about Friedman? Even Andrew Friedman is immortal, you know. By the way, people make mistakes. You were wrong about Passan. You were wrong about Ohtani. These things happen, dude.
I wasn't wrong about Passan. I mean, he did call him a disappointment.
You want an apology still?
I still think next time I'm getting the apology.
I'd like you to cut that too, please. So it's a briefer.
No, Jeff.
It's a
no
briefer
apology.
version.
Thank you so much. I apologize to Jeff Passan for ever doubting him. He is the man. I love that dude. His show is incredible. And he's someone who, he just doesn't have
Don't walk it back so quickly, dude.
Oh, I'm walking all
What
the
are
way
you,
back.
the Rafael Devers of holding the line? Come on, man. You're my Mel Gibson. You're my hold from Braveheart. You know what I'm saying?
Not on this one.
What just happened is that scene, and Mel Gibson just turns and runs from the English. That's in his kilt.
He may have been wrong about Roki, but I hope he's right about Scooble because I feel more confident than ever.
He was great.
That the Dodgers are going to get him, but I cannot believe you would do that. Come on.
You can 100% believe it.
Mr. Bill Reiter. I'm going to look. I don't know how we're going to do it, Bursch. We're going to get him back. We're going to get him back. I don't know what we're going to do.
Don't turn to Bursch. Bursch was encouraging
He
me.
cut the sound. Oh, well, that's true. That's a good point.
You also asked for the sound
Did
earlier
I?
in the day. Yeah,
That's true.
Because wait, this
But
is,
I was joking.
You weren't. Okay. You're the guy in high school who go up to someone and say something mean, they'd cry. Like, I'm just joking, man.
How'd you know? You were there?
Yeah, hurt me. It's my revenge plan playing out. 855-97 LA fan here on the show. We did move some things around. So we were going to talk about, we're going to use Rafael Devers as an example of how the Dodgers have basically not just won everything, but destroyed the Giants. It's a really good idea. Bursch came up with it. We're going to do it tomorrow because Scott Drew was able to join us and talk a little Cam Carr. So for those of you that tuned into the stream looking for that at the Fan LA, we're going to do it. We're going to do it tomorrow. There's a lot of stuff we want to get to. It is time for the NFL report where we catch you up on everything going on with the Rams, with the Raiders, with the Chargers. It is next here on D-Mac and Reiter. show. Why are you winking at me? Why am I winking at you? D-Mac and Reiter, presented by DTLA Law Group on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA Sports. Accident or injury, text injury help to 40222. That is injury help to 40222. Phone number, if you want to call us, 855-97-LA Fan. It's been a really fun show. Jeff Passan joined in the first hour, really got deep in the weeds with D-Mac and I on the Dodgers' possible plans, why he thinks Glasnow could move. It was great. If you missed it, podcast version or on the stream at The Fan LA. And then we had last hour Scott Drew, who, dude, I love Scott. Scott's a great guy. I haven't talked to Scott a lot about NBA stuff. I'm normally, back in the day, we're just talking about life or on work stuff. Long ago, we'd be talking about Baylor basketball. He was amazing on Cameron Carr. He was
Absolutely.
awesome.
I mean, just to get that level of insight, I mean, you can watch every highlight video. You can study film for weeks and weeks. You can know every stat. But what you can't replace is being someone's head coach that has seen him go from a player that this time last year no one was talking about as a first-round pick to emerging the way he has. It's cool to see his journey. Yeah, just incredible stuff, man. I mean, he can go on for days and days, man. It was really, really cool to get that level of insight, man. You're not going to find that anywhere, period. Full stop. Incredible stuff.
A quick update: Brazil up. Those of you that want a are going to watch this on replay. Come back in 30 seconds. All right, that's your pause. Brazil up 2-0 on Scotland. Vinny Jr., who I loathe, but I kind of like when he's with the national team, has both of those goals. We will keep you updated on all things World Cup. It is time for a very Rams-centric version, among other teams here in the market, of the NFL Report.
It's time for the latest headlines on and off the gridiron. It's D-Mac and Reiter's NFL Report.
Sammy's killing it, by the way. The graphics and stuff are awesome.
Banger.
Sammy, Sammy, you got to take a little, like a bow of, a little wave to the audience. Crushing it. Social media correspondent.
There she is.
Superstar.
Sammy.
Let's get it.
Savvy Sammy.
Savvy Sammy.
Yeah.
She's savvy enough not to take shots at Jeff Passan, I'll tell you that.
Hey.
Whoa, hey.
Hey. You never know. She might take a shot at him.
She might.
Yeah, she's got hot takes.
All right. I didn't know.
I'm here too. This is the NFL Report.
Bird. That was funny.
First off here, Matt Stafford appeared on the Greenlight podcast with Chris Long, which we will be discussing more later. He explained why a copycat league will struggle with copying the Rams' 13 personnel.
We're really lucky. People are like, oh man, everybody's going to be in 13 next year because that's the way the league goes. And I'm like, well, they better have 4 guys that can all do everything, and that's what we have. We're so lucky in the room. People talk about it as just the X's on the field, but it's like these guys are really talented players that can block at the point of attack. They can catch the ball intermediate down the field, the whole thing. And they're smart enough to go learn all these positions and do all these things, and that takes a lot.
I mean, dude, you spent a lot of time and have spent a lot of time talking Rams over the years. Can I give you my sort of knee-jerk clinical psychologist from a distance read? And you just Stafford sounds so happy every time I hear him talk about this team.
Are you kidding me? He just died and went to heaven. Going from Detroit, going to L.A., winning Super Bowls. And
Getting Myles Garrett,
living
finding
in
out
Los
D-Mac on a
Angeles,
radio show.
finding that out, living
the
near
other
you.
guy.
Living near you, living
He
near
does
your
live near
Bill
me.
Reiter.
He does live near me.
But what he did say, I think, holds true. Everyone thinks that they can do what Sean McVay does. Everyone thinks they can zig when the rest of the league is zagging. They try to do it with 11 personnel, but with 13 personnel, it's a heavy tight end set package. You got 1 running back, 3 tight ends, 1 wide receiver, 5 offensive linemen. What that has allowed the Rams to do was they've become a very physical team. They've gone from zone blocking schemes to running duo, which is more physical road grader style, and also it helps protect Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford loves 13 personnel because you get more blockers for him. He stays vertical, and he carves up defenses. So, yeah, he's absolutely right. The Rams make it look easy, but it's not that easy.
D-Mac and Reiter, just like Sam makes it look easy doing the stream, but it's not. A lot of love in the chat. Donnie Boy 05, woo, Sam. Ippy from prison. Savvy Sammy. Robert was 490. Awesome stuff, Sam. I'm trying to sell the capitalizations and the exclamation points.
Did you just say that person's profile name is Ippy from prison?
Yeah.
As an Ippy Mizuhara, Shohei's former
Yes.
What kind of people do we have in the chat? Because I love you guys are hilarious, man. Jeez.
Or potentially Ipe from prison. I wouldn't bet on it.
Oh, you maybe. Okay, well, who knows?
Too soon?
Probably.
He missed it.
I did
I
not.
made a betting joke.
I heard it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I heard it?
I heard it.
I
Sorry.
heard it too.
I heard it.
It shook you.
Sorry.
Shook you to your damn core.
He is the Voldemort of the Dodgers world. So anytime he's brought, it
Words.
brings him up.
Words!
I always just avoid
Are you
the
okay?
conversation
You're right.
because, he's someone that.
Just found your kryptonite.
Yeah. Ipe.
I've never seen you struggle to speak before.
I know. Ipe scares me, man. I'm surprised he's going to be absolutely
words.
zapped off the face of the planet, man. Ipe Mizuhara.
I know who it is. Why did you close with his name like an exclamation point?
That's the last time I'm ever going to say
This was
it.
a great conversation. Doug McCain. I'm going to do it every time we talk. Ryan, you know what? Great work on this segment that we're not even doing. Ryan Bershinger. You know what? This stream is really good at the panel. I like it. Sammy.
That profile name just had me weak.
Sammy Medina.
All right. Well, yes. Shout out Ipe. I'm glad we have that far of a reach. Andrew Whitworth said he has been keeping tabs on Aaron Donald. In an interview with Fox News Digital, Whitworth said, quote, "I've stayed on AD. I shoot him a little text every now and then trying to get a feel. I would love to see it. It'd be super exciting. He's going to do what's best for him. I hope he gets some workouts in. And man, I'm hoping he gets the itch because there would be nothing more fun than watching that dude. He is one of the most special humans and players I've ever been around. At the same time, I don't want him to get out there and get hurt. But if he's interested in doing it, I hope he does it. I would love to see it. That's for sure."
We also got a little Bursch love. Little Miss Odge. Bursch.
I love that comment by Whitworth, by the way. And it just goes back to what we've talked about all week for the last couple of weeks. Every single person, whether it be Sean McVay, whether it be Les Snead, whether it be Aaron Donald himself, no one has shot this idea down yet. Everyone, it feels like, knows something. There's too much smoke here. I feel like there's only a matter of time. We're going to get that terrible twosome, Myles Garrett and Aaron Donald, and it's going to be incredible, man. It's going to happen. It's only a matter of time.
I might have Andrew Whitworth's
Big win.
phone number. Let's see if I have it.
FaceTime right now.
Do I have it? I don't have it.
Yeah, we're going to give Big Wit. We got to get him on the show. He's a great, great guy.
By the way, if you're on the stream, we're doing something a little bit different today. Some of you requested basically that this show have its own stream, so you don't have to sort of go through it. I don't know if that'll continue, but we got to do that today. So do me a favor, if you like what you're listening to, or if you don't, even if you don't, go over and hit the like button and the bell button on today's stream, because it's different than the one that we usually do, and we've had many of you hanging out watching. Appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Alex K of Bleacher
Reiter.
Report. Alex K of Bleacher Report wrote an article identifying 5 potential cut candidates that teams should be aware of. One of those 5, Rams tight end Colby Parkinson, noting that the amount of new tight ends on the roster could squeeze Parkinson out.
You got a strong take on Parkinson?
Colby Parkinson, he's been one of the better tight ends for the Rams last couple of years. They're really a disappointment in year one. Had the biggest catch of the season for the Rams, though, against the Panthers early in the playoffs. But, yeah, if Terrence Ferguson is the player they think that he has the potential to be, I could see Parkinson being out of a job.
Man, that would be a tight end for him. You know what I'm saying?
That would be, a bad end.
Yeah. A bad We don't know what's happening. 855-97 LA fan on the stream at the Fan LA at the Fan LA. Do we have another one? Sorry. We went off the rails a long time ago.
It's okay. Hey, no supplemental draft, so no Brendan Sorsby this year.
By the way, good. You said this a week or he can't play in the National Football League.
He can't. I mean, it's a slippery
allowed.
slope. We cannot have anything like this. I feel bad for the guy. I mean, it's a bad situation. I mean, if he's good enough, maybe he'll get an opportunity. But we were just talking about Ipe a couple minutes ago.
I do not.
We don't want to see.
I do not feel bad, but you know what I do feel bad about? Arguing Shohei Ohtani with someone who's wrong, which we'll do next year.
Always
on team. Yeah, one of the two on D-Mac and Reiter.
They have this.
Show. Doug McCain, Bill Reiter, D-Mac, and Reiter. Presented by DTLA Law Group on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA sports. Accident or injury, visit calldowntown.com. That's calldowntown.com. Jeff Passenger wrote me. And he's mad at you.
Is he?
Yes.
Man.
Okay, I made that up.
I was riding high for a couple hours now. You brought me down.
True. No, he
wow.
He gave you a couple, hey, Doug, great question sort of vibes. Well, Doug, he
like there was a little of an attitude behind it?
No, like there was love behind it.
Oh, there was love?
Connection.
I felt it,
Mutual
baby.
respect.
Man, honestly, hearing him say my name made me feel pretty good.
If a man could hug another man from across the country, that would have been him.
I felt that.
I felt it too.
Yeah.
I watched it.
There was a deep connection
my heart.
there. I'll never forget
Talk to me.
During the World Series, it was Game 3, and the press box at Dodger Stadium was overfilled. You had hundreds of media members in there, and he was at his laptop, and he looks up at the screen, and he
Sports
sees...
code vibe?
No, this guy's snappy. Like, it was maroon. This guy dresses to the nines. He's a very, very well-dressed dude. Like, he gets into... Not like Craig Sager level wild, but he does have some prints on his suits.
All right.
Was rocking a burgundy suit, and he's on his laptop, and he looks up and he sees Yamamoto go to the bullpen to pitch in that 18-inning game, and he goes, what the bleep is going on? And everyone started laughing because he was so shocked that Yamamoto was going to pitch. Really shows what it was like during that World Series, man. Yamamoto was about to pitch, no days rest, and it was crazy.
That's where the connection between you guys began.
He loves ball, man. Yeah.
The new 97 The Fan, the voice of LA sports. 855-97 LA Fan. Shohei Ohtani. I want him to play when he wants to play. You want him wrapped in wool and put up in the attic in storage. Dave Roberts has weighed in pre-game. First pitch is in about 30 minutes. Obviously, it's a Wednesday. That means it's Ohtani is going to pitch day. And Ohtani was the point of discussion when Dave Roberts, to the media, talked about his star player's health.
I mean, it's certainly possible. I check in with him all the time about the knee, and as does the training staff, and there's nothing from what we hear that's affecting him. So we're certainly keeping a watchful eye on him. And, he was even confident that he should and wanted to hit today. So that's a good sign.
Nothing affecting him, my man.
That's
green light, baby.
That's what I want to hear. That's
150 pitches.
150. So you're going just complete game. Shohei
How about
Ohtani
95
today.
pitches? How about 95 pitches
95,
if he's cruising?
Go over 100. I'm curious to see what that question was, because I think Dave's first words were something about it being a possibility, but maybe that was just talking about the current state of Shohei Ohtani. But look, the good news for Shohei is...
I have it here.
Okay.
Are you going to ban Doug McCain from Dodger Stadium for his Ohtani date? Excuse me.
Come on now. Look, it's a big start for him.
I believe that was... It's a big start for you.
It's a big start for
it turns out.
Every time it's a Shohei Ohtani bump day, it's a big day. But I think for Shohei, he wants to clean things up on the mound. I mean, you look at his last couple of starts, gave up 4 runs in 6 innings of work on 7 hits, a 3.38 ERA in his last 3 starts. This is a great opportunity against a bad Minnesota Twins team to have a dominant outing. We've seen Dodgers pitchers have a lot of success there.
Don't try to. You want him to give up. I have it written down. You want him to give up 6 earned runs or something.
I want him to go 5 or 6 innings tops and pitch less than 100 pitches, hit a couple home runs, make everyone happy.
That won't make me happy. That won't make me it won't make everyone happy, because we are on a very different sort of side of this thing, right? He needs 7 1/3 innings to maintain his ability to qualify for the Cy Young Award, and obviously it's 7 1/3 today. If he goes 5 innings, it will be 9 1/3 next Wednesday, right? So that's part of we're falling a little behind. He can hit 2 home runs.
We're falling a little behind.
Yeah.
We're falling a little behind.
He has to qualify.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, I didn't look up the rules. Does it say you have to have the most innings pitched from the Cy Young Award? It's not the innings pitched award I'm going for.
But
it's the Cy Young Award.
To say he's falling a little bit.
He's got the second best earned run average in baseball.
He does.
Yeah.
But Christopher Sanchez, 105 innings of work.
Okay.
And Shohei Ohtani still isn't close to that number. I mean,
I think
73.
I don't know where he's at.
And that would put him at currently right now in Major League Baseball at 41 in the National League for starting pitchers with innings pitched. 73 2/3 innings. Yes, the ERA is sparkling. Yes, he's been dominant on the mound, but you're going to need him to go 40 innings tonight, Bill, okay? You're going to need him to go 30 innings
You would
tonight.
have him go 2. I just want him.
I wouldn't have him pitch at all tonight.
This is the guy that got pulled out in no-hitter. Look, dude, if the guy is getting rocked or the blister is bleeding or it's not going well, I'm 100% down with it is what it is. But if it's the 6th inning and he's pitching well and he's at 93 pitches, I would suggest we not treat him like he's a China doll.
Oh, come on.
What do you mean, come on?
Do you really think, that's the one question, too. When you get Jeff Passan back on the show, I'm very curious to see
we should have
what
asked
he
him.
has to say about that. Because, look, I truly do believe that tonight, if he doesn't have a great start, if he does get roughed up a little bit, if he does give up 4 or 5 runs, I think you could probably make a strong case that his Cy Young chances are definitely extremely low.
I want you here on DMAC and Reiter on 97.1 The Fan to be comfortable to own your opinion that you want Ohtani to get rocked because you think it's for the greater good, and I think that take is a betrayal of everything beautiful about Shohei Ohtani. We can agree to disagree, dude.
I disagree, but I think that you'll come around because, like, you were talking about pulling clips. I need to go back and pull the clip where you were. It wasn't the same vibrant, vivacious Bill Reiter. You're
What
like,
did I do?
I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to wave the white flag on Shohei Ohtani's
Is that the
Cy
clip?
Young campaign.
Or is that your
Yeah.
misrepresentation, imitation
That is
combo?
my impersonation of the clip. But
It's not on your phone.
look, the good thing.
It's not on there.
Oh, sorry, I was just trying to get some numbers.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to phone shame you.
But I would
Get
say
the numbers.
I would say that for Shohei Ohtani tonight, look, let's
Talk to
see. The great thing about this Dodgers team, the great thing about this current version of the Dodgers is they're not overly reliant on Shohei Ohtani. We understand that as a pitcher, as a hitter, they can find ways to win, but his biggest value comes as a hitter. And hopefully tonight it's vintage Shohei Ohtani. I don't think that there's a world where, unless something catastrophic happens, that they're going to really throttle down as far as the pitching goes, because as we talked about all week, as we talked about all month, as we talked about since the inception of this show,
since we met,
what Shohei wants, Shohei gets. For me, look, I'm just saying, if you have a unicorn, you don't enter it in every single county race. You want to protect it because you're never going to find another one.
but also don't treat that unicorn like he's a horse. He's something different.
He's a once-in-a-lifetime unicorn.
He doesn't need a saddle. He has a horn thing of magic. He can just navigate it himself. Is that what it's called? Horn thing of magic?
A horn thing of magic?
Yeah, what do we call it?
That's a good question.
Is it a unicorn?
A unihorn.
I don't know what it's called. A unicorn's only a unicorn if it has the thing.
Some
come
are
off its
different. I
forehead.
mean, some unicorns have fire, right?
What?
Some unicorn. There's different mythological unicorns
no,
out
no,
there.
but it has to have
Yeah.
the horn thing.
Yeah, no, it does have the individual horns.
Some has fire.
Yeah.
Where's that come from?
Some different myths, and I don't want
You would
him
throw
to lose
water
that
on
fire.
it.
I don't.
You would like, let's put it in the pool. Let's
I'm not
squash the magic.
I think so.
Talk to me.
I feel like I get 20 minutes a day where I can further explain myself. And I think that you think...
Wait, I didn't catch that.
Yeah, where I get to further explain myself on this topic. And I think that you just assume that I want to use a Picasso painting as a coaster. That's not what I want to do.
I assume when you say words, you mean them. And when I write them down as the words you said, that they mean something.
And
the words I have here are something along the lines of, I hope he gets rocked so you can all come to your senses.
here's the thing.
Okay.
Going back to what Jeff Passan said earlier today.
Wait, what did he talk about Ohtani?
Well, he did talk about
Okay.
even with the Dodgers rotation as currently constructed with Shohei Ohtani and Yamamoto and Blake Snell coming back and Tyler Glasnow coming back, that he still believed that the Dodgers would absolutely still try to make an aggressive play for Tarek Skubal. So knowing that tells me that the Dodgers probably want Shohei to have big moments, right? But I also don't think they want to lean all the way.
That's not what that means.
I think there's a part of it. I think it's part of the calculus. I really do.
I heard from the best Dodgers expert I know, that you always add a difference maker regardless of the excellence of the people around you. You go get Tarek Skubal regardless of the state of the rotation. And so I'm going to believe you that it's also regardless of the state of Shohei Ohtani. Do you want some more information from Dave Roberts?
I do.
Okay. You want a little Blake Snell? Blake Snell will throw a 15-pitch bullpen session on Friday it will be all fastballs. Tyler Glasnow is not throwing right now. Will Smith is still not doing baseball activities. Kyle Tucker will swing today. No word on whether he'll make any contact. Still want to see how he feels before Friday.
So I would be shocked to see him in the lineup on Friday against the Padres. I do feel bad for almost manifesting a potential injury in Kyle Tucker. I said a couple days ago that maybe this would be a perfect opportunity to hit the reset button for Kyle Tucker, and he did have those back spasms flare up. He also did mention that they weren't as bad as the ones he's experienced for most of his career, but the numbers aren't there. The production's not there. I think mentally it's not all there. And I think that for Kyle Tucker, why try to swing your way through something when what you continue to do has really set you back? So they're winning games. They have the best record in baseball. And the truth is if they continue trying the same things with Kyle Tucker, which they have done, and the results get worse. I was talking to a player recently, and one thing he told me was that the further you get into a season and your numbers aren't where you typically see them, that you do start looking up at that scoreboard. You do start Googling your stats, and that can start to impact you at the plate. So the last thing I want to do for Kyle Tucker is have him right out there trying to overswing, trying to get the production when he realizes that there's some mechanical issues. I think there's a lot of things in play with Tucker, and the Dodgers need him to be really, really good in the postseason. They need him to be good down the stretch, and they need some more production. So I would definitely consider slow playing his return.
D-Mac and Reiter here on 97.1 The Fan, the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA Sports. And just to back up my partner's point, and even though and I think you're wrong, and you think I'm wrong, but I do think you are the best Dodgers expert anywhere in Southern California, which puts you in the running for greatest Dodgers expert worldwide. That's a Big Lebowski. Did you really watch the Big Lebowski 2 or 3 days ago?
I did.
I did too. Yesterday, a lineup that featured Tommy Edman in the 5 spot, as well as Alex Call, Alex Freeland, and Chucky Robinson scored 12 runs. Now, it sort of helps when you're playing the Minnesota Twins. Today's lineup, very similar. It is Shohei in leadoff, who you want to hit a couple home runs. What are the odds that he hits a leadoff home run? 10% at this point? It just feels like it happens every other time we do a show together, dude.
I think he's going deep. I think he's going going big fly for sure.
Wonder what the bet on that is. Like what the
It's got to be probably on the lower side just because
plus
you
700?
look at maybe that sounds pretty reasonable.
Andy Pages in the 2 spot, Freddie Freeman at 3, Mookie Betts in cleanup, Max Muncy, Alex Call, Ryan Ward, who we've been efforting. You know Ryan Ward. I don't. You've been efforting to try to get on the show. At some point that'll happen. Dalton Rushing and Alex Freeland. That is the lineup today.
It's a good lineup. I think the big takeaway from that lineup, we talked about how there's been a lack of production in the 2-hole, that it feels like it's cursed. And you look at the lineup that Dave Roberts is running out there today, you're trying to get a better afternoon, a better performance in that spot. And eventually someone's going to get hot there. And I think the numbers are going to stabilize. But over the last week, really the big takeaway for me is how good Tommy Edman has looked since returning. And I think this is a massive development. I think it's a big storyline that will continue to emerge because he has been bad at the plate in the regular season for the last couple of years. And everything that I've heard is he was so far from 100%, and that he signed that contract, and to live up to that contract, he was playing through stuff that he typically would have. And for Tommy Edman to look this good, to look like he does in the outfield, at third base, at second base, and the production being there. He's hitting .364, 8 for 22 with an RBI and 826 OPS. The Dodgers really have had, you talk about the 2-hole having a lack of production. They've had a lack of production from second base too. And if Tommy Edman can be that switch hitter, if he can pick it up, it's going to be a big-time factor. And then the Dodgers are going to have to go and explore maybe adding a bench piece at the deadline.
D-Mac and Reiter here on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA Sports. The phone number is 855-97-LA-FAN. We've also got a little different stream going on today, just in the sense it's not connected to the entirety of the station like it is most days. So hit that like button. Even if you've done it before, this is a different stream. We'd appreciate you doing that. Hit the bell button. Let your friends know at the Fan LA, and get in the comments section like Mitchell Dolphin, who is, I don't know who that is, but like I love he's in here hanging out. Big Lebowski with 3 fire emojis. Whoever that guy is, he knows cinema. We are aware that Austin Reeves got his bag, got the max deal. We've discussed it a lot today. We're going to circle back to that in just a few minutes, so stick with us. We know that is happening, and we'll get into a little more on Cam Carr and sort of what he means for the Lakers. They drafted him at 24 yesterday. I will say this about Shohei Ohtani, and this is not me trying to trick you into agreeing with my argument about whether, he should pitch as much as I want him to pitch or whether you're right that they should rest him more. When he is out there, it is mesmerizing. And yesterday we cited the Dylan Hernandez story, DMAC, that he did for the California Post that he found from Number Magazine in Japan. We're not even sure we don't even know when it ran. Might have run a week ago, might have run a year ago. We're not sure. But it was really insightful on Ohtani talking about why he wants to pitch. And a genius, Ohtani, a genius's view of his pitching part of his performances and, why it sort of calls to him and the siren song of it being a little more, I don't know if difficult is the word, but not as comfortable as hitting because he was taught hitting at a young age by his dad who played in the Japanese league. Not the same thing in terms of pitching. And I will say this, the thing that really stuck with me from that is how he said that's the one place where you're elevated on the field and you can sort of bend the game to your will as a pitcher in a way that you can't at other positions. Ohtani talked about you really get to impact every moment of the game when you're pitching. That is one of the other things I love about Ohtani pitching, and selfishly, and maybe it's selfish, when it's a Wednesday, when he's on the mound, I'm just every single second of the baseball game that he's out there, which is most of the game, obviously, when he's on the mound, I just find compelling in a way that's not true for any other baseball game, regardless of the circumstances, unless it's the postseason.
Yeah, I mean, just watching Shohei Ohtani at the peak of his powers in his absolute prime, it's a treat. It really is. I mean, I think when Shohei came to the Dodgers, he wanted to win World Series. He wanted to realize some of those goals that he had his entire baseball career. But I think one that he would never admit just because of how much respect he has for the Angels and for other teams and just the way that he speaks to the media, I think he loves being on a bigger stage. And he was on a big stage with the Angels because of who he was, because people that typically wouldn't go to Angels games would go and show up for Shohei Ohtani. But it's on another level when you're playing for the Los Angeles Dodgers and you're playing for a team that's competing for World Series titles. And days like this, starts like this, never take it for granted. Never take for granted watching Shohei Ohtani pitch, watching Shohei Ohtani hit, and doing it at an MVP, at an elite level. All this talk about Lionel Messi right now and what he's been able to do in the World Cup, and we've seen greats do their thing in the past, but it kind of is one of those things where it's like the Michael Scott quote, I wish there was, or the Andy quote from The Office, where it's like, I wish we knew when we were in the old days, right? We are in the good old days, man. And these are the good old days of watching Shohei Ohtani do his thing. And I think this is peak baseball. I think this is peak Dodgers. So, yeah, sure. Would I like them to be a little more careful with the usage of Shohei? I would do. But am I as excited every time I get to watch him? I also am too.
It's a very Midnight in Paris vibe that you're right. Are you a Midnight in Paris guy?
Yeah. Owen Wilson.
Where basically he goes back in time to the greatest generation and he falls in love with some woman and she wants to be in some other era and they go back again and everybody's always looking backwards for what was the great moment in something. And to your exact point, not just the Ohtani thing, and I hope it continues, obviously, but this is, without question, the greatest era in Dodgers history. They are chasing a three-peat. They are loaded with talent. They have the greatest front office person in their history, and we have talked about maybe in the history of the sport, I'd put him up there with Theo. They have the greatest, unequivocally, baseball player in the history of the game in Shohei Ohtani. And whether he should or shouldn't chase a Cy Young Award, it is still an actual conversation, at least for the moment, that is somewhat maybe sort of basically non-zero number realistic. Yeah. Shohei we are in the golden age of Dodgers baseball. And whether it lasts another 7 years or 7 months, it's always hard to know in sports. This game today, first pitch, 20 minutes, Ohtani on the mound, playing some Twins team that unless you're in Minnesota, you don't really care about outside of the fact that Dodgers are playing them if you're in LA. This is the greatest stretch in Dodgers history. We don't know when it'll end, but we know that we're in it. We should enjoy it as much as we can for as long as we can.
No doubt about it. Absolutely. It certainly is that. I don't want to leave these days. I really don't. I mean, this is the peak, but also these days are great, and I do stand by what I said, right? The Andy Bernard quote, I wish there was a way to know you're in the good old days before you're actually out of them, before you actually left them. But you know what is better days? Is October. It's the postseason. It's when we could see Shohei Ohtani pitching in the World Series. So,
but are there better? I mean, I don't want to argue, but are there? I mean, there might be days as good as what that maintain. The thing about the Dodgers is there's only maintaining. You either are going to get what you've gotten before, or you're going to get failure.
True. I mean, they're living up to their standard that they've set. But But I also think, too, that there's a higher level that they can even go. And for them to get there, they need their best player to continue to do what he's doing because, of course, he needs the reps and he wants to pitch and he needs to go out there and help this team like he does and have an MVP season. But a night like tonight, I am going to be paying very close attention to the mechanics, to the knee, to the command, and how he's looking. And, hey, give me 5 or 6 innings from Shohei, and then we can go to the next game, and then we can continue to build towards having the best record in baseball and going towards October.
I know exactly what you're after, and I understand it, and I know what you want, and it's fine.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
No, you don't.
You want him to give up 4 earned runs and 5 innings and have the Dodgers, have Freddie Freeman come to the rescue with a couple home runs later in the game and find a way to win, and Ohtani being knocked out of the Cy Young race so that you can shut me up on the radio and, more importantly, shut Shohei down on the mound. We both know it. And that's fine. You come at it from a place of love. I love my wife, and she's often right on the kids, but sometimes she's wrong. When she's wrong, she comes at it from a place of love. You are wrongfully loving Shohei, and I respect that, and I'm going to try to protect him from you.
I love Shohei Ohtani, but I love the Dodgers even more, right? The Dodgers had Sandy Koufax and Fernando and all these great teams, and Shohei's a part of that. He is the most exciting, most electrifying player in the history of this game, but it'll be really interesting to see how he looks tonight after having 3 starts where he has not looked like the Cy Young.
Because you put in the universe. I wasn't going to bring this up, but now I'm going to.
You think I'm wish-casting
Shohei
Ohtani's downfall. This is...
Every time that I try to walk somewhere in the break and you come with me, which is great because I love having you around, you tell me that you can manifest things in the universe about the Dodgers. And when you were saying it earlier, I thought, oh my God.
I never said that.
You did.
Did I say that?
Yes.
It's kind of true.
It's 100% true. So stop manifesting Shohei struggling.
I'm not manifesting Shohei struggling.
I've got it
There's
written
also
down
the
in the
reality,
notebook.
too, though. There's also the reality, too. And that's
but you're magical. He's a unicorn,
like a
but you've got the actual magic.
Guess what?
Yeah, right,
I mean, you got a unicorn. You going to let everyone ride the unicorn, or you're going to have the unicorn behind a velvet rope? I'm having it behind a velvet rope.
Yeah, you are. You're going to imprison the unicorn.
No.
I've seen Harry Potter. I read the books. You don't put the thing with the ashes and the phoenix. You don't put it in a cage. Why do you want to cage a unicorn?
I don't. It's not.
You're the
that.
villain in a Dr. Seuss book.
No, I am not.
Do you know that?
Look, he's not just
the Wumpa Wumpa Willows or whatever. You're the one that cuts him down.
That is not me. He is baseball unicorns, but you don't want to squeeze every single little thing after every little start.
Put the unicorn in a prison.
I need this unicorn to still exist in October, and that's number one thing. You don't. You are too short-sighted when it comes to Shohei Ohtani.
I believe in magic in baseball and that it's a spiritual experience, and I'm willing to risk some things for true love, including the love of a Shohei Ohtani Cy Young. You see him as an asset. I see him as a gift.
No, I
see him as a weapon. I see him as something to love.
I love him to the point where I want what's best for him. I want what's best for the Dodgers.
You love him like Braveheart.
You want to microwave things. You love him. Just put it in the microwave.
It's not microwave.
Yeah, microwave me a no-hitter. Microwave me a perfect game. Microwave me this.
I went to Catholic school.
Give me the slow cooker World Series.
I went to Catholic school, and there was a sort of a theological thing that I was really interested in. Meaningful suffering. I am down for some meaningful suffering as it relates to my baseball teams. I am okay with accepting the possibility of heartbreak and loss in exchange for a kind of glory and greatness you'll never find. Shohei Ohtani winning a Cy Young Award is the impossible. It's a miracle. It is God reaching down and touching his finger to baseball, and I want to be a part of it. And you don't. You want to put that unicorn in a prison.
A unicorn doesn't become more valuable because you make it work harder, though. That's the thing.
It becomes more valuable when it flies.
It becomes more valuable because you take care of it long enough to have it shine on the biggest stage.
Here's what we all agree on. Robert Wallace 490 in the chat is amazing, and he wrote, at the Fan LA, need to step away. I will listen on the radio. I'm old school. LOL. Thank you and love the show. Keep it up and agree. Enjoy the dynasty. I love Robert's message. Hang out on the chat, but when you got to leave, we got you on the FM at 97.1, where you can listen to Doug and I love, but really not respect the other's view on Ohtani. We will keep it rolling on Stafford's future, and Stafford himself talking about what he thinks could happen with his tenure and time with the Rams next on DMAC and Reiter. show, D-Mac and Reiter. He's Doug McKay, and I'm Bill Reiter, and this show is presented by DTLA Law Group on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA sports. Accident or injury, text injury help to 40222. That's injury help to 40222. This song makes me want to sing. I'm trying not to sing because I want people to not turn off the radio on 97.1 on the FM or on the
Don't
stream
make
of
me
the Fan
sing.
LA.
Don't make me sing. Sweet dream. Okay, no.
I'm so close to just breaking it out. Are you a karaoke guy?
A little bit. I do a lot of rap, though.
How many
Yeah.
do you?
But I also do My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion.
By Titanic?
By Celine Dion. Yeah.
Titanic speaks to you.
Yeah, I do. I'm a big Titanic guy.
I'm going to dedicate this
Yeah.
to Titanic. Oh, the people who know the film.
Yeah. One time I actually did the Bee Gees Saturday Night Live in front of, it was in the Philippines, as Birch knows. The karaoke thing is no joke. So you can go to
Okay.
places where
Yeah.
there's hundreds of people. You get background singers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Hundreds of people with background singers?
Yeah, it's really crazy. You can
How
go.
far is the flight and where are we going?
No,
I'm in.
it is next level.
That is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it really is.
Dude, you're a performer, too.
Bee Gees, man.
You're a performer. When's the last time you had a Foster's beer, by the way?
This morning.
Okay, I didn't know if I bring it
Yeah.
up.
Okay. Yeah, we did a little
Before
promo
the show.
thing. Foster's beer's good.
You got into it, too.
Foster's Australian for beer.
Teach me the Australian again.
Okay, so basically, if you say the word rise,
Rise.
up,
Up.
lights.
Rise up lights.
Now you're saying rise up
Rise
lights.
up lights.
My beard is long. I need some rise up lights.
Oh, no. I am walking along the beach and I see rise up lights.
Oh, no. That sounds like a sketchy beach.
Yeah.
Gee,
It's
What kind
the-
of beach is that, dude?
It's the beach in Manhattan, New York City. That I took my
Rise
kid.
up lights.
We were in LA forever, and we went to New York for 18 months to work for this
Yeah.
fine, wonderful company. And we took our kids to Coney Island, thinking it would be like Manhattan Beach. Let me tell you something. Coney Island ain't Manhattan Beach, California.
Different
That was
vibes?
different vibes.
Not the same.
Oh no, rise up lights.
Rise up lights
Rise up lights.
everywhere.
D-Mac and Reiter, for the three of you still listening.
Just give me
here
the
on new
craziest face I've
90s.
ever seen,
I
dude.
did. You've never seen a crazy face from this chair either. The new 97.1. I gotta. What? I've never done it before.
Come on, man.
The new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA sports. I don't know what you're talking about. Keep it together. We're not talking about Ohtani being shut down. We're talking Matt Stafford playing longer. Something that you've discussed. That you think there's a world where he could go many, many years. Just got an extension under contract for a couple years with the Rams. Obviously, the Rams just drafted Ty Simpson with a very valuable first-round pick. And Matt Stafford talked about on the Greenlight podcast with Chris Long just how long he views his future and the potential playing into his 40s.
You talked about not being sure how long you want to go, and I don't know if it's a year-to-year thing for you, but have you ever talked to like Brady about this very thing, like playing into your 40s possibly? Because right now it looks like you play well into your 40s.
Yeah, I've talked to him a little bit. I've talked to Drew Brees a little bit about it as well. It is year to year because I think it's fair to the team. I think it's fair to me, my family. Like, I don't want to sit there and say, okay, 24 months from now, I got to be ready to play another football season. I'm like, whew, that just seems like a lot. I know that I'm ready to play this year, and hopefully I feel great at the end of next year, and I'm ready to play another one after that, and then maybe we just kind of keep going like that. But committing to more than that feels a little bit daunting, and I think a little bit unfair to the team and myself. So the last thing I want to do is sign some 5-year extension and after 1 year be like, oh man, I'm ready to retire. I want to spend time with my family, and they're sitting there with 4 years on the books and had a bunch of planning done that I was going to be around, and I don't want to play football not all the way in it too.
I mean, I love how honest and chill and candid and loose Matt Stafford sounds on the Greenlight podcast. It's D-Mac and Reiter here on 97.1 The Fan. Stafford also elaborated, and D-Mac, I thought this was really interesting, on what advice Drew Brees specifically gave him.
I think one of the things that surprised me was I was talking to Drew. This was before last season. He was like, how old are you again? I was like, I'm 37. He was like, you might have your best 5 years of your career coming up, and I was like, huh. I never really thought about it that way. You're taught as a player in this league, it's a young man's game, and the older you get, you're just kind of doing everything you can to try to stay up to par with everybody else. And Drew saying that kind of lit a fire under me and gives you a little bit of belief that maybe an old guy can still go out there and spin it around a little bit.
I mean, he doesn't know So here's my sort of take on this, and then you, D-Mac, you give me sort of your vibe on this because you've done a lot of Rams content and you're really connected with this team. I'm not mad that they went and got Ty Simpson because what I'm hearing from Matt Stafford is probably what he's saying to Les Snead and Sean McVay, which is like, look, I'd like to play for a long time. I just don't know. Maybe not. And so if you're the Rams and you feel like you're good enough to win, even by quote-unquote squandering a first-round pick on a quarterback, why not do it if there's a world where Stafford might just wake up in 2 years and say, no thanks? He's not making a promise of 4 or 5 years. It's a maybe. And in a maybe situation, I don't hate going to get a Ty Simpson and being like, all right, maybe he sits for a year, maybe he sits for 3, maybe he sits for so long that it was wasted. But it's an insurance play on this question mark we have about Matt Stafford, and we are not going to rush Matt Stafford, and we're not going to force an answer because it's proven that he's good enough to be out there and help us win championships or come close when he is willing to be out there.
He is, and he's still one of the best quarterbacks, if not the best quarterback in the NFL on his best day. And, Bill, I think I'm starting to really change the way that I view Matthew Stafford now. Based on that conversation, based on what we've heard from him, I used to think that Matthew Stafford was a guy that just wanted to retire when he was on top. I think now he's going to be a guy that retires when he can no longer play. I think he loves the game so much. I think there's still so much left in the tank. The fact that he would have these conversations with the Drew Breeses of the world, the Tom Bradys of the world, the fact that he was in football purgatory / football hell in Detroit and now has got an opportunity to play with the Los Angeles Rams, with Sean McVay. He got a taste of the Super Bowl life and winning a Super Bowl. I think he's a guy who's going to be more like the Peyton Mannings and more like those quarterbacks that just, hey, as long as I can still play, as long as teams still want me, I'm going to continue to play. I think he's going to be Aaron Rodgers without the drama. I think that's what he has the potential to be.
By the way, Aaron Rodgers without the drama is one of the best descriptions I've ever heard of Matt Stafford. And it's the reason that Matt Stafford, and I said this on the show 3 or 4 weeks ago, can become a better historically rated quarterback than Aaron Rodgers. And why I still think, and people, some friends of mine in national media have sort of got mad at me because they saw the classic. They saw the headline, they didn't actually click on the video. What are you, LeBron James? Okay, that's all. I think it can be a top 5 player of all time. And here's, I think, an interesting possible motivation for Matt Stafford. Because you just said, D-Mac, you're on D-Mac and Reiter on the new 97.1, The Fan, the voice of LA sports. And I love this, that you think Stafford can be out there and be great however long he wants to be out there. There's a ladder, I think, for quarterbacks in the National Football League. And as you climb it, you're sort of engaged and you're interested and it pulls you in. And then at a certain point, I think Aaron Rodgers is there. Maybe it's the same old, and you can lose your fire a little bit. He is still climbing this ladder, and this is what it is for me. First, you get drafted, and you have to just show that you belong. That's where Ty Simpson is. Can he prove he just belongs in the National Football League? Right? I mean, Trey Lance is trying to just hang on to that same tier. He hasn't climbed above that. Then you try to earn and prove that you're a starter in the National Football League. Obviously, Matt Stafford did that a long time ago. Then you try to prove that you can win games maybe more often than not in the National Football League. Then you try to prove that you're elite in the National Football League, maybe Lamar Jackson. Then you try to show that you can win in the playoffs and be elite in the playoffs, which, by the way, Lamar Jackson hasn't done. And then you try to show that you can win Super Bowls, which, by the way, Josh Allen hasn't done. Matt Stafford's done all of these things. Then there's a sort of final tier where you start to try to prove to yourself and to the world that forget your contemporaries, you can become the 12th best quarterback of all time or the 10th best or whatever it is. And I love that he cited Drew Brees because Drew Brees got to this place, right? If Drew Brees wins another Super Bowl, if one guy catches potentially a pass or one official makes a different call, doesn't blow the call they made for the Saints, I think we might be talking about Drew Brees as a top 5 quarterback of all time. I still maintain that Matt Stafford is good enough and has a legacy that is something he can grasp that's great enough that if this guy wins another Super Bowl, comes close, I think his motivation to keep playing, to keep climbing that ladder of all-time great, I think it could be a real thing. Because these dudes at their basic core are competitors, and if you love the game and you have something to compete for, and beyond just individual accolades and even individual championships, if going out there, if you're Matt Stafford, and being like, you know what, it doesn't hurt, I still love it, and there's Myles Garrett, maybe there's Aaron Donald, oh, and by the way, I just won a second ring, and if I get a third, what does that say about what I was able to accomplish in this game that I love? I think there could be a lot of motivation for him to play for many years like you first cited a month ago when we started this show.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. And you were talking about this a month ago, how he could take these leaps, how he could continue to climb on the all-time quarterbacks ranking. And this is before they got Myles Garrett, right? This is before the team even added one of the best, if not the best players in the National Football League. I think the thing about Matthew Stafford that's different than other quarterbacks, even Tom Brady, even Aaron Rodgers, who were in better situations during the primes of their careers and then worse situations towards the end of their careers. Yes, Tom Brady did have that year in Tampa, but it's not like he was absolutely elite when it was Tampa Bay Tom Brady. With Matthew Stafford, age didn't slow him down. It simplified him. And I think that's the difference. He's not old, he's optimized. And that's reflected in the offense. That's reflected in the precision that him and Sean McVay have been able to build together. And here's the other thing about Matthew Stafford. For as good as he's been, for as great as he's been as a quarterback throughout his future Hall of Fame career, this is going to be the highest that he's ever ranked on the NFL's top 100 list. Like, for as great as he's been, like, he's going to be a top 10 player, could be a top 5 player. And we're talking about a guy that still has many Super Bowl runs. I think at least 3 to 5 potentially. That's how good Stafford is.
It's so exciting. The new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA Sports. We see you in the chat at The Fan LA. We see you as Mayad1 says Stafford couldn't win in Detroit. Jared Goff has. Appreciate you listening. I will just politely point out, while I suppose that's true, Jared Goff could not win a Super Bowl, got to one. Matthew Stafford has. So I think on the sort of like weighing the scales, it's still Stafford markedly better than Goff, and that's not disrespect at all to Jared Goff. Austin Reeves got paid. He got the max. And the Lakers in the sort of same time frame, it is the same time frame, drafted a young man whose coach, Scott Drew, gave us a breakdown of what he's about. We will catch you up on all the Lakers news. There's been a lot in the last 24 hours. Next here on DMAC and Reiter. D-Mac and Reiter, presented by DTLA Law Group on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA sports. Accident or injury, visit calldowntown.com. That's calldowntown.com. Let's rock hardwood headlines.
Ball don't lie. Time for hardwood headlines with D-Mac and Reiter.
And Bursch.
Thank you.
What was your drop earlier? I'm here too.
that was a verbal drop. Maybe I will. I can record that.
I'm Doug. I'm here too. And I'm Bill.
Guys, we start off hardwood headlines with some breaking news for the Lakers.
Okay.
Of course, coming into today, the Lakers did not have a second-round pick. They do now. According to Shams Charania, the Lakers are acquiring number 56 from the Chicago Bulls in the second round of the NBA draft tonight. Lakers sent cash to the Bulls to get a pick tonight.
So this goes back to what I sort of thought earlier when the light bulb went off, which rarely happens, as you know, if you listen to D-Mac and Reiter here. The one thing that the Lakers have is the Dodgers money, because the Guggenheim Group bought them, and the ability to go buy draft picks feels like a nice sign that they are going to invest whatever money they can. It's a different system than Major League Baseball, but I think, forget who they draft, I just like the commitment already from with the cash.
They're just flexing, right? I mean, I feel like the Bulls' favorite pick every year is cash consideration, so it's different for different teams, but I like this too. It feels like there's just a little bit of a different approach, a little bit of a different strategy, and as we talked about yesterday, you can strike gold in the second round. You can find guys that can play a role for this team, and they're just giving themselves the most options to hit big on someone, at least hit on someone that can contribute to this team.
Could they get a Bronny level player? Because you're big on Bronny.
When I said second, I saw the eyes light up.
Yeah,
bringing up Bronny James.
You did.
Guys, of course, the big news of the day, Austin Reeves returning to the Lakers on a 4-year, $185 million deal. The deal will be finalized after the Lakers use their cap space if they plan to go that route.
So they had no choice, but I will say that when we were discussing this 3 or 4 weeks ago, everybody, not just you and I, everybody in basketball kept saying, is there any way where he'll take 30 or 35 or 38? Market forces always take over. Supply and demand is what it is, and it's probably more powerful than whether or not Austin Reeves is worth this kind of money. $46.25 million per year on average.
Exactly. I mean, they had to pay him. I don't know why people are upset about this. It's a great story. It's like if you buy a house for $200,000 and then it turns into $1 million house and you start to complain about the property taxes or something like that. Like, it just comes with the territory with Austin Reeves. You had to pay that tax. You had to pay the Reeves contract. I will say the fact that they structured it the way that they did and you don't get that extra year. And for him, maybe that's a play on him to want to hit free agency sooner.
Yeah,
that'll be really interesting to see how it plays out. But
it lines up with if Luka's not here. If Luka does 2 years and forces his way out, it's only 1 year that Austin has to be here.
Feels like there's something to that too.
Do you want a pun or no? It's your call.
Yes.
Do you think,
I always want a pun.
Do you think Austin was Reeves-leaved?
Reeves-leaved? Yeah. I think he was.
I can't tell sometimes if you're impressed or horrified by the person you're working with.
I'm going to Austin Reeves. I'm going to Austin Leaves. But no, I think...
You're going to Reeves the show?
Never that. But I think that for him, it definitely was... I mean, this is insane. This is insane. His
undrafted,
journey,
dude.
Undrafted to get a bag like that.
It's very... Look, it's really cool for Austin Reeves, and he seems like a nice guy, and as I've noted, was nice to Henry. But the question is it nice for the Lakers? That's the big question.
And will he live to the contract? Will he live up to that money? Or will he be Austin Thieves?
Oh!
Hey!
There it is.
Delayed. Why not?
I have so much that I think that I won't say about... I think the psychology of the cheers and the boos for you.
What?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Me, okay.
Guys, also, the Lakers drafted Cameron Carr, trading up with the Knicks to one spot to take him at 24.
Yeah.
Earlier on in the show, Scott Drew, Baylor basketball head coach, who, of course, coached Cameron Carr at Baylor, joined us. It was a fantastic interview. If you missed it, check out the podcast, check out our YouTube. Here is some of the high praise that Scott Drew had for Cameron Carr.
I've coached Baylor this week. We're going on year 24. We've had some unbelievable athletes. There is none better than Cam Carr. Not saying he's better than the couple we've had, but there's nobody. I mean, he's as explosive as it gets. Second best vertical in the combine with the wingspan. Some of his dunks remind me, I remember the Matrix that played with Sean Marion that played with the Mavs. Similar to that. Cam's a perimeter guy. He's a skilled guy. He's a good passer, and a willing passer. He's not going to force things, and you put him in a ball screen read, he's going to find the open man. So I think it's somebody you draft that can play and has a chance to be an all-star, and those are great draft picks, especially in the 20s.
I love Scott Drew. He's a great human. He's a great guy. You and I were talking. He got us very much buying into Cam Carr.
He got me so hyped. I am crazy about Carr.
Oh, we're doing it? You can do better.
I absolutely do love this kid, though. I deserve that. I absolutely, after hearing what his coach said, knowing that the raw ingredients were there to be a really, really good player, the athleticism, the defense, the shooting, but knowing his character is what it is, the work ethic. And I compare this to Dalton Knecht, the guy that Carr played with briefly when they were at Tennessee. Dalton Knecht, he was not locked in after the trade that fell through.
It really broke him.
It really did.
Scott Drew convinced me that this dude is Baylor made for the Lakers.
There you go.
You need to reach back out to the boss.
Crazy wasn't
you
good.
You need to reach back out to the boss and tell him you want the white flag thrown up again on your back.
I love the crazy. I'm crazy about Cam Carr.
You're entering a world of pain.
I've lost all my car-readably.
Donnie, you're entering a world of... No, it's not Donnie. It's the guy who goes over the line. Does no one care about the rules? Sorry, I know you're trying to do content. I apologize. Birch.
No, it's okay. Dave McMenamin joined D-Fish and Decker this morning and gave this perspective on what could happen with LeBron James.
If we don't know what LeBron's doing until August, I would say kind of all bets are off, because at that point, the Lakers' advantage in re-signing him, which would be they can pay him more than just about any other contender in the league, it would become moot, because at that point, you're just talking about where is LeBron going to pick a veteran minimum contract from. And as Rich Paul said last week on Pat McAfee's show, about 10 to 12 teams have reached out to him with their interest in LeBron. So he could have 10 suitors offering him a veteran minimum contract, and he would decide from there.
Wow, you can say that, McMahon, again. Oh, yeah. I will say that it's a really good point by Dave. There's no way in hell LeBron James is waiting till August, because he would just condemn himself to making no money. So I think we'll know by mid-July what's what with LeBron.
I do too. And I think it's going to take maybe a little bit of time, but I still think that LeBron is a ceiling raiser. I still think that you don't bring back LeBron for what he used to be. You bring him back because he's still a really, really good player, and hopefully he wants to be a Laker. He has his roots here. I still think LeBron is going to end up in purple and gold.
Yeah, I did. I do too. So, I mean, Alex Curry asked us our percentages, and I gave, you gave a high one, I gave a high one. We think it's very likely. We're going to shift gears now to wish happy birthday to the GOAT next on D-Mac and Reiter.
They have the sources. They have the pulse.
law group on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA sports. Accident or injury, visit calldowntown.com. That's calldowntown.com. If there were still time to nominate one of our heroes of the day, I would nominate Sammy, who we should put on the screen and take a. Sammy just delivered some lime-flavored cucumbers with tahini, and the best cucumbers I've ever eaten my entire life. Thank you, Sammy. Can we get a cheer, Bursch? Bursch doesn't get any cucumbers, so we ate them all. Thank you, Sammy.
This is so good.
Crushed it.
Delicious with the tahini.
I put all
Chef's kiss.
I put all of mine down.
Did you already crush yours? I have 2 left.
Chef's kiss is a great expression. Can I give you a chef's kiss?
Sure.
What was with the hesitation? Where's the friendship gone?
I was vegging out over here.
All right. We have had Mookie Betts hit a home run. I believe it is a solo shot. I think it's 1-0 in Minnesota right now. Are we in the second still, Bursch? In the second inning, you and I had a spirited conversation about baseball here on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA sports. After Mookie Betts handed a perfect game that Yoshi could have had to the history books, he botched it. You pointed out that you thought that Mookie might lock in. Maybe it would be a kick in the rear. Maybe it would get him going. It's not it's not the debate I was having with you. But to your credit about that part of that conversation, since Mookie Betts' error at shortstop cost that potential perfect game in the 8th inning, I think it was the last out in the 8th is what it would have been. He has over 9 games, hit .306. With an on-base percentage of .359, an OPS of .887. He's got a couple dingers. He's driven in 3 runs. He scored 6 runs over those 9 games. That does not include the home run he just hit.
And that's what Mookie Betts does. I mean, once you try to count him out, once you try to bet against him, once you think that maybe he's fallen off and that he's out of his prime and things like that, he does things like this. I mean, 300 home runs, that's such an incredible accomplishment.
Yeah,
but
300 home run. Yeah.
I mean, that's just an absolute milestone for a future Hall of Famer that's going to be wearing the Dodgers logo on his hat, on his plaque, which is going to be incredible. But the reason why I felt so strongly about that was because of the character of Mookie Betts. And it's kind of counterintuitive, right? It's, wait a second, why would a defensive miscue where Mookie Betts, he booted a ball. Yes, the infield in Chicago was not the kind that is conducive to fielding when you are not charging. And Mookie waited for it. It led to the error. You saw the look on his face. He was dejected. He looked like they put his dog to sleep or something. He looked so sad. The eyes were glassy. He looked like, wait,
wow.
what?
Wow. No, just
He looked upset.
It was graphic.
I'm trying to paint the picture
It was
of
graphic.
how sad Mookie looked. And the day after, one of, if not the greatest sports radio broadcasters, Bill Reiter, was on the airwaves saying that Mookie Betts' career was over.
Is that what I said?
Let's pack
I knew
it in.
you were gonna. I knew I
Let's
said a
pack
nice
it
thing
in.
about you.
Mookie's done.
You
Mookie
would misrepresent
buzzed.
me. What I said.
Dookie Betts.
Here's what I said,
Okay.
and it's still true, and I will say it accurately again, and then you can misrepresent me again here on DMAC and Ryder. What I said was that Mookie has struggled and seems to have lost his confidence, isn't playing well, and that was a defensive moment, not an offensive moment. You were the one touting that his defense still made him effective. And what I said was, I hope that this is an indication that the next time we get to a very serious pressure-packed moment, which will be the playoffs, not very often a perfect game in the 8th inning rolls around, I hope this isn't a sign that his confidence is shattered and he'll play poorly. And you said, you think he sucks. And and by the way, swinging a hot bat, maybe it will get him where he needs to be. There is no way to prove or disprove my worries. And I didn't say it's the case. I just said it's on my mind. We won't know until October.
Yeah, that would think is a more accurate
I think it sucks. Yeah,
way to describe that. But the reason why I felt so strongly about how a defensive miscue in such a big moment.
I love it. I was with you on that.
And the reason why I felt that way, which is because I know that Mookie Betts knows that if he goes on to have a terrible season and he doesn't contribute, and people start talking about the contract and that he's past his prime and that he's washed and those things, that Mookie Betts almost thought to himself, I don't want to be remembered for that play. I want to be remembered for being the player that I've been for most of my career. So I think that was Mookie's rock bottom, enough's enough moment. I think that you're going to be able to paint Mookie's season in pre-air on the Yamamoto perfect game, and after that, I used to go on and have a really, really good year. I really do.
Dude, I hope
The at-bats have been so much better.
That would be worth celebrating, just like it's worth celebrating the baseball of soccer's GOAT. And obviously right now we have the World Cup going on. We've got Morocco won today 4-2. Brazil dominated 3-0. Did Vinny get a hat trick? Let's look. I hope not. He didn't, but he got 2. I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry, Vinny. When you're not playing for Real Madrid, I like you a lot.
Hater.
I am a hater. You hate people that play against you get it. Whatever.
Fair enough.
All right. I mean, I do hope that Ronaldo is washed. And I hope Mbappe is washed when he's not playing for the French national team.
If Portugal wins the World Cup, you have to agree.
No.
The very next. No. What's up with you not taking any bets?
Let me let you finish.
No,
I need to let you finish.
You don't take any bets. What's up with this?
I'll let you finish.
Okay, if Portugal goes on to win the World Cup, you have to do on the very first show a Cristiano Ronaldo Sue. That's a celebration Ronaldo does. All the fans are doing. You have to do it just one. Why would that?
That's not a bet. That's if something bad happens, you have to do something else bad.
No, but you believe that it won't happen. And if
what's the bet?
What?
What's the bet?
The bet is that I have to do Lamine Yamal celebration.
You like Lamine Yamal?
I do. That's true.
Yeah.
I'll see USC's fight song.
You know what? I'll do that if you'll agree. If Argentina wins,
I practice it. Show me how it would look.
That you will call Jeff Passan, play the clip on the air, and apologize for demanding an apology.
I don't know if I could do that, Jeff Passan. But for that,
that's what I thought.
Well, just okay. How would that look though? How would the sue look? I mean, just hypothetically.
How would the apology look?
Okay, good point.
Okay, it's Messi's birthday. Would you like to hear about that?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'm down for this bet.
Okay.
Do you want to do the bet?
Let's do it.
We're doing the Passan Ronaldo bet.
Yeah. But wait. So you have Spain winning. I have Portugal.
What you tell me? You said Argentina.
Okay, well, okay. Well, I'll go. You Argentina. I'll go Portugal for this bet specifically.
Okay. How about this? If Portugal wins, I'll do it. If Portugal doesn't win the World Cup, you do it.
No, because that's not fair.
I know. Life's unfair.
Okay, fine. We'll revisit this another time.
Okay. It is Messi's birthday. He is the greatest player of all time by most people's account. But this began a long time ago. And this is the broadcast. This is what it sounded like when Messi entered his first World Cup game all the way back in 2006 at the age of 18.
The boy wonder is about to enter the World Cup. Lionel Messi, just 18 years old. He replaces the man who's swayed him with a couple of goals, Maxi Rodriguez. And Lionel Messi becomes the youngest Argentine player to play at a World Cup since 1934. Diego Maradona's a big fan of Messi. That big banner said, "This is my dream." Messi's on. It's a dream for Argentina. And if Serbia and Montenegro were worried about Tevez and Riquelme and Crespo, they say Messi's in a different league.
By the way, Nando390 on the chat wants us to show Colombia more love. Colombia, banger of a win last night. Hell of a performance in the rain.
It was. It was a very, very good game. They got the goal late.
That was great.
Yeah.
We're not doing a bet. Or maybe we are. So that was Messi in 2006. It's his birthday today. You fast forward to a historical number of World Cup goals later, and this is what it sounded like in his second game against Austria earlier this week, scoring his most recent and 5th of this tournament World Cup goal.
Messi picks it up, one touch. Who's got the velvet slippers on, the little fella? Here come Argentina. Brilliant ball by Messi. Julian Alvarez, good save. Here's the chance for Paredes. He tees up Messi. Is this another one? Lionel Messi, there's the block. And Messi again, it's in! Lionel Messi in the double! Argentina get the win! And the little magic man gets his second goal of the game!
It's not lost on me, and it shouldn't be lost on any of you who are watching at the Fan LA or listening on 97.1 The Fan, that as we celebrate Messi's birthday, I'm trying to let you listen to Sounds of the Beauty, and my partner is trying to celebrate Ronaldo.
No, I like them both.
Why? Are you the guy that goes to somebody's birthday party and just takes their cake and runs away?
No.
It's not Ronaldo's birthday. What are you doing?
I ate the cake. I opened the presents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, this looks cool. Let's see what's
I'll
in here.
take it home. Give me all the party favors.
Do you want to hear Wayne Rooney, the England soccer legend, on the BBC yesterday on whether he still views Messi as the best ever after tweeting the same thing in 2012? You're into it?
Let's get it.
All right.
Messi is a joke. For me, the best ever. That was tweeted in 2012. Do you still stick with that?
Yeah, I still stick with what I tweeted, of course do. If you would have asked this 14 years ago and someone said Messi and Ronaldo playing the World Cup and Modric, you'd say no chance, but I think that's a credit to them. We always talk about Cristiano and how he's kept himself in that shape, but I think we probably overlook Messi, the amount of games he's played, and Luka Modric, the amount of games they've played, and they're all still competing at the highest level. It's incredible.
As far as I could tell, that was really cool. That reminds me of Brad Pitt from Snatch. You ever seen that where like they just can't understand a thing he's saying?
Yeah, it's a good. I haven't seen it in a while, but yeah, I see it.
Messi, left foot. Magic
Wayne Rooney.
Ronaldo sucks. No.
Sue,
don't do it. It's not a Ronaldo moment. What are you doing? This is like the Dodgers having a championship parade and a bunch of people showing up in Giants. Go away. Go to the loser bar. Oh, Ronaldo, I'm back. All right, it's Messi's birthday. We're celebrating Messi. I think it's funny when it is funny because I never pushed your buttons before, but it's an interesting have you do it to me.
Yeah, I mean, I feel
that
like
was sarcasm.
I see the sarcasm. It's a second language to me for sure. But look, there is no doubt about it. Messi is the GOAT. Ronaldo, not the GOAT, but still, he is back.
I actually think Kylian Mbappe could finish higher in whatever sort of rankings are out there. There's a ways to go, but I think it could happen. Than Ronaldo, and credit Mbappe, lost a World Cup in heartbreaking fashion on penalties last time around to Messi when they were teammates, by the way. And he didn't hold on to whatever bitterness Ronaldo has when he talks about Leo, because Mbappe this week with reporters was asked about who the greatest player out there is between him and Messi and Kane and Haaland, and Mbappe understood the assignment.
You scored 2 goals in the opening match. The same did Harry Kane and Erling Haaland. Messi scored 3. So who's the best out of you guys?
The best of the 4 players?
Yeah.
Lionel Messi. It's clear. It's the best in the world with Cristiano. It's clear. He showed during 15 years that he had an amazing quality. Me, I try to do what I can do. I show my quality on the biggest stage, helping my team to win another World Cup. For the rest, it's debate for the people, debate for the journalists, debate for the fan of football. And I think it's good to debate about the players to see who is the best, who perform better. But for me, it's not a question in my head. It's just about how I can help my team tomorrow against Iraq and how I can bring the trophy home in July.
I really do like the guy, dude. Like when he's not playing for Real Madrid. Is that weird?
I feel like he warmed up to him a little bit.
Yeah.
I think you see his performance in this tournament, and it kind of reminds you just how undeniably athletic and explosive he is. It's seriously so impressive to watch him make his runs.
He is, I will admit, he is fun to watch play.
He is. I mean, he's in his prime, too. I mean, yes, Messi, yes, Ronaldo, yes, some of these other guys. And with Mbappe, I feel like there's just still so much left in there, and it's great to see him at the peak of his powers. And the World Cup is his stage.
It's very rare for players to heap this kind of praise on one person, especially a person who's still competing. Normally, you wait till the retirement happens to kind of go with the accolades. We saw this with Kobe Bryant, right? Kobe Bryant was so... I think people were so afraid of him in the league that the real sort of, oh my God, I love Kobe from his contemporaries and the people that he competed against, a lot of that came after he retired. He had relationships with people, but you just saw this outpouring of love for Kobe Bryant after he no longer could just destroy your soul in the basketball court. I think it's fascinating that Messi commands that same love and affection even from people like Mbappe who are playing, and from former players. Former American soccer player, current CBS Sports analyst Mike Grella was on CBS Sports breaking down the difference this week between Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo with some choice, stark, beautiful birthday-level words.
We sat here yesterday. We gave Messi the flowers, Mbappe the flowers, Haaland the flowers about how great they are, and Messi how great they are. And now Ronaldo does the same thing, and people are like, well, why don't you say the same thing? Because we watch football for a living. And so I know when a difficult game comes for Argentina, I know that Messi's going to make the difference. When a difficult game comes for Portugal, I have an inkling from as much as football that I watch that he's just going to get in the way like he did in the first game. Mm-hmm. So regardless that he scored 2 goals today, give him the flowers. He's an incredible player, unbelievable career. Bring you to a crazy home if you think otherwise. But I think when the big games come, when the big moments come, I think Messi will be at the forefront of it. I think he'll be critical for Argentina. When the big moments come for Portugal, I don't think Ronaldo will be as critical in those moments. We're not going to be able to make those conclusions against Uzbekistan, for sure. But Messi has a World Cup. He won the last World Cup with Argentina. I don't think that Ronaldo can play at those levels. And And also, I know this is the oldest argument of all time, but if you think Messi and Ronaldo are in the same conversation, you shouldn't watch. Football is maybe not for you. Maybe there's something else for you.
That's a bit harsh, though, Grell, isn't it?
Yeah.
In the debate that
they're not in the same conversation. They're literally not in the same conversation.
I don't know this man. I love this man. That comment deserves a shoosh.
Oh, wow, there you go. I'm dying here.
Yeah.
That's a bit harsh in the conversation.
That's a bit harsh. Was that Poppy? I love Poppy.
Was
That's
it?
who that was.
That's a bit harsh
don't
in the
know.
conversation. But I really think, though, look, all jokes aside, I told you this earlier in the week. I really wish that I was this invested in soccer and was able to watch Messi's full prime.
Me too.
To just see him at this stage of his career, it is breathtaking. And I, too, totally agree. If there's this GOAT debate, if there's a race for who's the GOAT in soccer, he already lapped Cristiano Ronaldo and is on another lap, just building that distance. There's no one close to him. I mean, that's what's so impressive, because I think one of the most tired, hackneyed, worst debates is the LeBron versus Jordan GOAT debate, right? There's no debate for Messi. I mean, that's just the crazy thing. There's no GOAT debate. It's people arguing who's second. So imagine if there was a debate where it was who's better between LeBron and Jordan, and you were debating who's second. That's how great Messi is, and that's how he's viewed. And just listening to everyone talk about how great he is, and those are the greatest players in the world, it's so impressive.
D-Mac and Reiter here on 97.1 The Fan. I have a bet for you. Are you a fan of Saturday Night Live or familiar with its content?
Absolutely.
You know, when the guys do Weekend Update at the end of the year, they will write each other's jokes.
That's a great idea.
Okay. I will take Argentina. You take Portugal. If Portugal wins, I will do the shoosh thing, and you can write my script on how I praise Ronaldo. If Argentina wins, I'll get passing on the show, and you have to apologize, but I'll write your apology.
Wow. You just really made me the biggest Argentina hater ever, but sure, I'll take that bet.
Down. Let's go. What if Spain wins?
And you have to do it the full Cristiano Ronaldo way. You have to do the jumping with the shoosh, and it's, first of all, it's soo, and then you have to spread your arms, and then you have to wear a throwback Cristiano Ronaldo Real Madrid jersey.
I'm in.
Okay, we have a bet.
But I'm not doing the Real Madrid part.
Okay.
But I'll wear a Ronaldo jersey.
Okay.
Portugal jersey.
Sounds good.
I need you to prepare yourself. I need you to know that I used to write for a living.
Hey.
Okay.
We could definitely have some fun with that one. Let's put it that way.
I cannot wait to have Jeff Passan on the show when Argentina wins again.
My day's made. Jeff Passan knows my name, and I love Jeff Passan.
He'll know your name for the rest of existence. He could be, here's the last one.
I'm going to be passing out.
Oh, wow. I thought you were going to screw it up. I thought you were going to make it messy, but you didn't. You know what I'm saying?
You're crazy, man.
Yeah. Yes, I'm aware. By the way, I still can't believe in talking to the people in the building that they think I'm crazier than you are.
I mean, different people, different crazy.
Is that how you would have voted?
You're crazy.
No. I vote Doug.
I vote Doug too.
Hey, I think Savvy Sammy's the craziest.
Savvy Sammy, get on this.
Might not be the craziest, but she's the savviest.
Do we have a four shot? Do we have of all four of us?
There we go. We got to get the.
Let's get the quad shot.
We got Sammy's voice on the air.
There we go.
Yeah. Can we do a 3-shot or a 4-shot with Sammy? There's a 2-shot. I look like I have a face for radio. Here on D-Mac and Reiter. You know what I'm saying? All right. Here is a Sky Sports News report this week on a pair of Leo Messi monuments recently constructed in Argentina.
Back in Argentina, Messi has been honored with 2 new monuments. In Berazategui near Buenos Aires, a mural has been painted which includes the names of more than 1,300 supporters. And in Patagonia, a 26-meter-high statue of Messi has been finished. Around 20 people worked on it for a year and a half, and it recreates Messi's reaction after Argentina defeated France in the 2022 World Cup final.
This thing is huge. Look at it. Can you see it? Like, this thing is like the biggest Messi statue ever. It's almost sacrilegious. I mean, it's almost like.
That's really impressive. And to do it, was this planned? When did this happen?
No, it actually spontaneously appeared from the universe.
It did just. But I mean, it doesn't feel like this is some.
Talk to me.
This is. I mean, I got to look more into it, but it doesn't feel like this is something that has been planned for. Has it? I mean, how is it high quality? Is it?
It looks very cool. Happy birthday, Mr. Messi. And by the way, as we've discussed, Leo Messi very kindly once saw my son autographed his shirt in a crowd of people, kind of changed his life. And our colleague Lindsay, who runs social media for us, did an amazing job putting together a video on that is on the socials at the Fan LA, at the Fan LA. Do you want to talk some Austin Reeves? Do you want to talk getting a bag? Do you want to talk the magic of getting paid?
Let's do it.
Austin Reeves is now the highest paid non-drafted NBA player in the history of the sport, and we will talk about whether the Lakers screwed everything up or not and give him the max next year on DMAC and Reiter. McCain, I'm Bill Reiter. This is 97.1 The Fan. That means D-Mac and Reiter is coming at you. Presented by DTLA Law Group on, again, the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA Sports. Accident or injury, text injury help to 40222. That's injury help to 40222. I may text injury help to 40222 because how you just hurt me. How you just hurt me.
What'd I do?
I told you.
No, don't do this.
I'm a curse guy. You put it in the universe.
Do not do this.
You were smiling, and you're like, here comes the good news when Bursch walked in. You're so happy. Shohei Ohtani.
Lies!
It's not. It's a wallet.
Lies!
It's Shohei Ohtani and the Dodgers are down 3-2 because of Doug. Ohtani has given up. I don't want to even look at it. Ohtani's lying. 2 innings pitched, 3 earned runs. He's walked a guy. He's struck out a couple. He's given up 4 hits, and those 3 runs are all attributed to him. Here's the really interesting thing, beyond the fact that you're getting what you want, which is Ohtani to fail.
Not true at all. Don't listen.
By the way, Dodgers have runners on first and second with 1 out. I think that was that Mookie? Was I watching Mookie? Mookie just got a single. They held whoever it is at third. Bases loaded, 1 out. And the Dodgers threatening to try to take back the lead in this 3-2 game in Minnesota here in the game. All right, here's what really pisses me off, other than just you putting the universe that Ohtani will play badly, and it happened. And the Cy Young Award is basically, it is true.
This is
It's
not true at all.
dude.
I literally said I hope he goes 5 or 6 shutout innings.
Didn't.
I did. I will play.
You were smiling.
Get that sound. Get that sound.
You were smiling so big, you were so happy that you go, Ohtani's having a rough time. And I didn't believe you because I thought deep in my heart, even you wouldn't be this excited.
I have no idea as I take a sip out of my Shohei Ohtani cup from
Here
Dodger
comes the bad news
Stadium.
from Bursch. I don't believe you. Ohtani's having a rough go.
So there you go. So you made my point for me. I said, here comes the bad news from Bursch because...
With a smile.
I love to smile. I smile my way through hard times and
I love
tough times.
to
I
smile.
smile through lives.
Well, here's something that won't make you smile.
Pain.
I don't have all the details, but twice Shohei Ohtani threw a pitch that he thought was a strike. Twice he, did the, hey, let's challenge that to Dalton Rushing, who's catching for him again. Obviously, Will Smith is injured, remains injured. And twice Dalton Rushing blew him off. What I find fascinating, I'm curious your view on this, on the second one, Shohei Ohtani, who's not exactly Mr. Show People Up, to say the least, bangs his head really aggressively, like, dude, challenge the call. And Dalton Rushing, sort of demonstrably, you saw this too, right, is basically like, no, man, I'm not doing it. It's an argument. I mean, they're far from each other, but what in the whole? By the way, Dodgers just singled in at least the tying run. Yeah, they're gonna. So bases loaded, 1 out, big single there, 3-3. Max Muncy doing Max Muncy things. What is Dalton Rushing doing, and why is he being? If Shohei Ohtani gets that demonstrably frustrated with his catcher, A, that's a problem, and B, if he's that demonstrably frustrated, Dalton Rushing's response isn't to return the level of frustration that everyone can see. It's the opposite. Know who the star is, dude.
Absolutely. This is something that has me hot, has me triggered. If Shohei Ohtani says jump, you say how high. If Shohei Ohtani says challenge a pitch, you challenge the pitch because you look at the replays. Shohei Ohtani was absolutely right. The first one I'm looking at is when he had Clemens at the plate.
Were they strikes?
They were. He was right.
Oh, my God.
And not only that, so just kind of breaking it down here. He throws the pitch, and there's no doubt about it. This is in the strike zone. It was a perfectly placed pitch. It catches the outside corner, and Shohei, he taps on his head, and then Dalton Rushing kind of shakes his helmet.
Dalton did challenge the first one. And Shohei was right. So he blew him off the second time?
So this one is actually so this one that we're seeing here took place in the bottom of the first inning, and Shohei Ohtani is shaking his head after. You can see right here, he's kind of having a look like, no, I know I'm right. And it turns out it was 99 dot on the corner, and I haven't had a chance to completely break down every pitch of the start, so we don't know how costly these pitches were as far as what that did to his ledger as far as he's given up 3 earned runs, but that is something where if you don't have confidence in your catcher, if you don't have confidence in your backstop, that you're on the same page, that is something that can get a pitcher out of whack.
So he did get so on the first one, I'm looking at the video here. We're doing this live, obviously. Good work by Bursch. He challenges. Rushing says no. Ohtani insists. Rushing in a very frustrated way. By the way, part of the reason Rushing didn't think he should have challenged is he framed the ball badly. It was a strike, and he framed it as if it was a ball. You're supposed to do the opposite. I know there's a challenge system now. It's not quite as important, but that's wild. They do challenge. The umpire's going to walk away. Ohtani's right, and then I guess Bursch the next time, Ohtani does it again, and Rushing shows up the pitcher who's Shohei Ohtani, who was right in their first argument. It's like when you argue with your wife and you're proven correct, and the way that she responds is the next time you're correct to just get really mad.
Yeah, exactly, right? Just you're not going to be right.
That's ever happened to either of us with Lori or Gene.
Sleeping on the couch. But so this one I'm looking at,
that's infuriating.
The bottom of the second one, which they did win. Yeah, you can see, look, it is Rushing's job when you're a catcher. You are the leader out there. You got to take control of the situation. But this is 2 times now, and it comes at a time when Shohei Ohtani's command isn't at his very best. So when you do have borderline pitches that are on the black, as they say, right at the edge of the strike zone, you've got to do that. Now, 2, I'm seeing people say on the X machine, the X.
Started up your sac fly from Alex Call, gets the go-ahead run in. This is the first time in the history of the universe or any of the multiverses where it's been bases loaded, tie game, baseball game, and someone is happy anywhere in the multiverse that Alex Call was batting instead of Kyle Tucker. It's my first thought. I'm so glad it's not Kyle Tucker.
Hey, give Alex Call a lot of credit, man. He's
4-3
answered the bell this season, and you're absolutely right. At this point, you do feel a little more confident.
Oh, thank God it's Call.
Exactly.
Woo! What a relief.
Seeing Alex Call there, that is what you want to see. But for Shohei and for this Dodgers team, I'm seeing here there's another moment where Freddie Freeman and Dave Roberts are communicating with Dalton Rushing, having a conversation.
Communicating, huh? That's what we call it now?
More like, hey, dude, if Shohei wants to challenge, you challenge, okay? Or there's going to be problems. So this is tough because this is in real time. It is. But I think that Shohei has earned the benefit of the doubt because not only is he a great player, he's a great pitcher, but he's a great awareness of the strike zone.
Can I follow up on your Dalton Rushing is technically the sort of leader out there in these situations, like the general? A director, and I'm agreeing with you, a director of a film is the director of the film. And normally he gets to be in charge of what the actors are doing. But there are some actors who, because of the actors they are actually in charge of that director. This is a first-time director with some potential telling Al Pacino how to act. Hey, man, why don't you sit down, have a Coke, be quiet, and learn something by challenging the call that Ohtani asked for.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great way to put it. I mean, you have to understand the personnel, understand who you're working with, and yeah, this is a Dog's Day afternoon for Dalton Rushing.
Oh,
if you ask me about it.
It's injustice for everybody but Dalton Rushing.
There we go.
You know what I'm saying?
I want to show you this. Here's a video that we're looking at of Dave Roberts with his arm around Dalton Rushing, and you can see
Dalton Rushing looks like he's being punched in the private parts. This guy doesn't take criticism well, does he?
He does look like he's sulking a little bit there.
Yeah, that's sulking Rushing right there. What is going on? Look, can I see that?
Yeah.
That, by the way, Alex Curry says never to say this. He's got a punchable face right there. I'm just saying.
I feel like he's got a I need a hug body there.
He looks very sad. Luckily for him, I checked with an actor named Tom Hanks. There is no crying in baseball.
Yeah, well, he's pretty close to it right there.
He looks. What is Dave saying to him?
I think Dave is probably. I think it's very clear that he's saying that you gotta trust what Shohei's saying out there. I think that too. It almost looks like when Shohei.
How's he saying it? Because Dalton, can I look at your computer again? Dalton Rushing. I mean, that is.
I want to see the view of the second one because Bursch is showing me the clip of the one where he was banging on his hat pretty aggressively.
It's a Japanese account. You're a maniac.
You know, I get down.
You're my favorite, dude.
I get down my content, that's for sure.
Yeah, you do.
But I want to show you too. I mean, there's another shot.
In Japan, are they freaking out? Oh, So in Japan, when they see Dalton Rushing disrespecting Shohei Ohtani, because obviously there's a huge following of Japanese baseball fans, now Dodgers fans. What do you think the response is across Tokyo? And
they get very extreme. They get very extreme.
They get mad?
One way or the other. And it's interesting you bring that up
because...
Dalton
Rushing can't speak Japanese?
Probably.
Okay.
Probably. I mean, I think for the Dodgers and for Shohei Ohtani, I mean, we've seen Logan O'Hoppe for the Angels. He became very popular in Japan because he was the catcher for the Angels. So to your point, the catcher that catches Shohei Ohtani is under a microscope. And when you see stuff like this, it's definitely a moment that, high stakes. Here's another shot, too. I'm looking at of what appears to be Shohei on deck, and Freddie Freeman, Dave Roberts, and Mark Pryor, and the mental skills coach for the Dodgers, they're all having discussions with Dalton Rushing between the innings. So, yeah, Ohtani didn't look happy, man. He didn't even smile.
No, he looks... Yeah. This is a guy that thanks and congratulates.
I like how there's an entire committee of people lined up. Get in line. Who's next to talk to Dalton Rushing? Mookie, it's your turn. Who's going to spank him next? Everyone's in line.
Wouldn't it be funny if tomorrow Dalton Rushing just got optioned to Oklahoma City? just amazing.
What happened to?
Stuff's falling. By the way, what does this mean? Mario Lanverde 2202 says, haha, love it when Reiter instigates. When do I instigate? I've never been known to do that.
Mario Lanverde's the man, dude, for sure. And you instigate? Never. We got some more here, yeah. So, look,
Dalton's getting hushing. That's what we got going on. The thing is, here's the thing. This isn't the first time that this has happened. So, the last time that Ohtani was on the mound, if I remember right, I don't think it was 2 weeks ago, D-Mac and Reiter. D-Mac, I think it was last Wednesday, right, where Rushing didn't challenge and Ohtani was kind of frustrated but didn't make a big deal of it. It's hard for me to believe that somebody didn't say to Dalton Rushing what we said on the radio like a week ago, hey, man, maybe when Ohtani wants you to do something, maybe just do it. This seems like a very stubborn dude.
He definitely has a reputation, I would say, of he's going to stand by his style of play. Like, he's very convicted. He's known as a leader, and sometimes that can help you. Sometimes that can hurt you. I think that there's a way to look at it as like, wow, I mean, Dalton Rushing is a guy that is not afraid to, even when it's Shohei Ohtani at the mound, to basically make his point and say that, hey, I'm the catcher here. I'm calling the shots. But I think another piece in all of this is Will Smith is so valuable to this team. And even though Will Smith, the Dodgers catcher, is not having the offensive year that he's had in years past. Last year he was an all-star.
Yep.
He had the game-winning home run in the World Series in Game 7. His defense has gotten better every year, including this year. And one of the areas where he's really improved is game calling.
It's a great call, dude.
That's feel. That's understanding, hey, what does my guy need right now?
Yep.
And I think, too, if someone like a Will Smith in that situation not only is going to let Ohtani make that call, but is also going to look back at the ump and say, hey, that was a strike, right? And then look, hey, I got my guys back on the mound versus Rushing's like, okay, let's keep pitching. So Ohtani knows the strike zone, man. That dude, he understands the edges right there.
D-Mac and Reiter on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA sports. Many ways to listen to this show and all the shows. D-Fish and Decker in the morning, Brock and Alex midday in LA. You can get us, of course, on the FM 97.1. That's the 97.1 The Fan part of that. You can also get us on the stream at The Fan LA. At The Fan LA, and a lot of you have checked out the YouTube stream today. I see so many of you did the thumbs up like on the stream because we have our own stream today. We're trying that out. Thank you for that. Please, if you haven't yet and you're listening, hit that like button, hit that bell button. We are going to reveal the hero of the day, and it is a shocker for you next here on D-Mac and Reiter. Dog Group on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA Sports. Accident or injury, text injury help to 40222. That's injury help to 40222. Or you can visit calldowntown.com. Calldowntown.com. Man, this was a buckle up and just brace yourself show today in terms of how quickly this went by. We had Jeff Passan on the show. We had the Austin Reeves getting a bag. We had Scott Drew coming on to talk about Cameron Carr, who he coached at Baylor, and Scott was awesome and insightful on that dude. We had Shohei Ohtani getting ready for that outing. We had Dalton Rushing saying, "You think Shohei's the star? Hold my beer." We had Messi's birthday. We had you and me arguing about stuff where I was right and you were wrong, or maybe you were right and I was wrong. I don't know. It's been a hell of a fun show.
Absolutely, man. This was a banger. This was an absolute heater. I mean, we had 2 A-list guests, Jeff Passan. I mean, it was just incredible stuff. And we had Sammy had her first dialogue on the show.
Yeah, the Sammy spoke.
Bursch always killing it. I mean, yeah, this is just definitely one for the record books.
We have a 4-box now. You want to see it?
Yeah.
Oh, the stream.
The 4-box.
What the hell? It looks great. What the? I'm Doug. I'm Bill. Those are my 3 friends.
That's really
That
amazing.
looks
The
good.
4-box, baby.
Let's
Quad
go.
box. Let's go.
Let's get it. We have got to get rid of that Clippers thing. That is just bringing.
I think Sammy too. I mean, can we get some sports teams, some of the sports ball teams logos behind
Sports
her?
ball.
Sports ball.
Oh yeah, that's pretty barren. I think.
Yeah. This is like if Kyle Tucker was a background. It'd just be kind of
zero?
boring, kind of a
Great big
beige,
swing and a miss.
Not good. Yeah.
Sad.
Pretty.
Wants to be somewhere else.
Man, you're always
A waste of money.
You're so mean to him. You're like pile on Tucker. Pile. Workshopping that one.
Yeah. Workshop. All right, it's time for the hero of the day. And, wow, this was really close. Mr. Robleski almost won, but Leo Messi, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you, Leo. It's true.
Number 1.
Yeah, baby.
Number 1.
You're such a... Okay, where'd you put Leo on your... I'm sorry. You told me... earlier in the break, you told me to stop being mean to you. Hold on. Let me do it again.
Wait, I did not say that. I like the abuse.
You are great, and everything you say is great, Doug. Thank you for being my friend.
Would you have Ohtani on your go one, like 50th?
I don't know. 50th.
You had him between Lance Armstrong and Joey Chestnut or something, right?
I just have to, that's really funny. I have to check. When the show's over, am I supposed to tell you to be nice to me? Is that how this works?
Good think that's the plan. That's usually the protocol there.
Can you please not be me? Where did I have Ohtani? 3?
I think so. I think it was Jordan. I think it was Ohtani,
Messi
Jordan,
won.
Messi.
Yeah. So I had the correct order for the time being.
Okay.
Ohtani's still playing.
He is.
Yeah.
But I also think that...
let's give him a Cy Young award. You want him to fail. You were rooting against him.
Stop saying that. Stop spreading lies. Stop telling the people of Los Angeles things that are not true.
I do a lot of things. Lie is not one of them. It's caused me a lot of problems, if I'm being honest, professionally and personally in my life.
I'm not saying you do. I think this one is one that it's questionable. But, hey, Shohei Ohtani's still out there.
I like the subject. You're good at subject changes, by the way. Look, this one, you did A. I don't think I did A. You might have. But you know what? Have you ever seen Godfather? You're an amazing subject changer.
I'm locking into this game. I mean, like, we got the Dalton Rushing drama, which I'm sure will be very eager to hear what he has to say after the game. And
oh yeah, tomorrow we're gonna get at him. Yeah. I mean, I'll get at him. I don't know if you're gonna get. Are we gonna get at him?
We'll have some difficult conversations if we need to.
The new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA Sports. Sometimes that voice is happy. Sometimes that voice is sad. Sometimes that voice, Dalton Rushing, is difficult. Buckle up, bro. We're getting in the line. The spank line you talked about, right?
Did I say that?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. That came off the. But what did you say? That people get in line to spank him?
Yeah, to have a conversation.
I think you said spank, didn't you?
Oh, look, I did.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, it did. That's how it felt. I mean,
it did.
I will say, if he does melt down or the Dodgers do lose this game,
on him,
it kind of makes you wonder, was that the right time and place to have the entire Dodgers dugout go in there and put a word in?
Oh, yeah. Oh, so I was, walk me through it, because I did not get as deep into the, how many people went and spoke to the guy?
I mean, I saw Freddie, I saw Dave Roberts. I saw their mental health coach that is always in the dugout.
Dalton, your mother's here. She wants to speak to you about your treatment of Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Mrs. Rushing, have at it.
Yeah, FaceTime from the dugout, something like that. But look, I mean, the good news is for a young player that is as mature, I think, as Dalton Rushing is, as far as, hey, I feel like I can take this heat. He's someone I think is going to own it, and he's going to be out in front of this. He's not going to shy away from reporters after the game. He'll answer all the questions.
That makes me. Is that right?
Absolutely,
See,
100%.
I respect.
You got to respect that.
I respect the hell out of him, and I will say this: the sort of rules have changed. But when I was covering LeBron James, he would show up for every single post game, no matter what he knew was coming.
And he faced the
and he would take questions from people like me who may have written 38 columns consecutively on days criticizing him. If that's, and I believe you about Dalton Rushing, I don't respect his handling of Shohei Ohtani behind the plate so far, and I don't respect what feels like arrogance, but I respect him as a person if he shows up and he answers the questions. That's hard to do.
He definitely will. He will
That's
not
real.
shy away from it, and he'll get probably into the weeds with it too. It won't be a yes or no. He'll explain the thought process there. But the other guy that is going to be very interesting to hear from is Shohei Ohtani after the game because, of course, he's going to speak to reporters. And look, I mean, this could turn into a quality start still. A quality start, Major League Baseball, 6 innings, 3 runs allowed.
Don't try to walk it back.
Stop what you're
so
doing.
happy earlier. Stop the truth telling.
I am happy because I
told
get to be a part of the show because we got Jeff Passan.
Oh, that's a subject change. You're so good. How mad does Jean get at you when you subject change?
I'm not
when she's
subject
mad at you?
changing.
I know, I'm subject changing. How
Okay.
mad does she get at you when you subject change when she's mad at you?
She would probably not get that mad at me because I would probably change the subject to something maybe she wants to talk about.
Okay, so you feel like you're a skilled subject changer.
Yeah, very.
Very good at it.
Master at it. Jedi level.
Wow.
Yeah.
Great call. Let's talk about the Jedis.
Let's do it.
This is not the sports conversation you're looking for. We have way too much Star Wars talk here.
You just brought it up, not me.
What do you like more, Star Wars or Disney, Bursch?
I mean, they kind of
separate them.
Disney's kind of folded them in now.
Just pick one. It's like picking them as kids. They just made a sad noise. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's not an answer, man.
Yeah, look.
Anyway, we're talking about how you want Ohtani to fail.
No, and I'm talking about Shohei Ohtani having a hit today, having an RBI.
Okay.
The Dodgers
okay.
on top 4-3, and Shohei did pitch his way through that 4th inning. So, yeah, look, I mean.
Look, I think his Cy Young chase is probably over. And the fact that he's probably not going to make it even 6 innings is probably another major factor. So, congratulations. We're giving up the ghost, maybe.
Look, he could.
This chasing of history.
59 pitches. 59. He could get 6. I think he still probably gets to 6.
You know what? You know, if Shohei ever gets close to like 700 home runs, we should have him retire at 699. That'd be fun.
No, let's not. Let's make sure that he continues to hit because that's definitely something that he's built to do.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm sad right now.
Don't be sad.
I'm
It's not
sad
over.
about Ohtani's. It may be over.
Don't
earned run average is getting up there. He's not going to make enough. He's not going to have enough.
Don't cry that it's over. Smile because it happened.
It didn't happen.
It did.
People like you.
There was
put
a
stop
run,
to it,
and it ended up until we got to July.
Can I blame? Should I direct my anger toward Dalton Rushing? Because clearly I have to blame someone who's not to blame. It's clearly a coping mechanism.
Yeah.
Should I blame Dalton Rushing? Should I get in line?
I think you should. I think you should definitely let this start play out before we start evaluating the own thing.
Thank you for letting me hold on to a little bit of hope, even though I know we disagree philosophically. I appreciate that. Thank you to Jeff Passan, the ESPN MLB insider who was on the show and was awesome in breaking down the Dodgers and sort of what to expect. Thank you to Scott Drew, the head coach at Baylor, men's basketball coach, national champion, gave us great insight on the latest draft pick of the Lakers, Cameron Carr. By the way, there's a report that literally just dropped that the Lakers are reportedly going to try to move up even further from the draft pick that they bought in the second round. So we'll let you know what that's about when we get back tomorrow. Really fun show. Check out the podcast. Get on the stream at the Fan LA. At the Fan LA, he's Doug McCain. I'm Bill Reiter. It's a fun show, right?
Amazing show.
It
One
went
for
by
the ages.
so fast. All right. We love you, LA. We appreciate you listening. Enjoy the program that we just did on the stream and on the podcast. And we will do it all again tomorrow right here on DMAC and Reiter.